Get on to rock, get up to burn, stand with the pride, ever feel your desire. One day I noticed that my life was broken. It was not me who was controlling this body. Oh, I want to know what's really real to me before it vanishes like a wave. Get on the rock, get up the burn, stand with the pride on me. The ways to make it. You must have heard it. Grasp the truth, hold it high, ride the beat. That's what this made to start with. You haven't heard it.
Hey, what's good, everyone? Hello, hello. Oh, what's that loud? I don't know. I don't think so. Let's go. It's good. Is Axel that bad this patch? Did they kill my boy Axel? Or is everyone just playing Dissy because she's cool? I do wonder. It's kind of like Potemkin, right? Where it's like technically a buff, but it just feels fucking awful and less fun, if that makes sense. Like I remember, and I wasn't even good at that, but I was so mad. Was it season 2 when they took away his like bomber loops? I was so mad at that. I remember because I had fucking practiced that shit, and they just made something that was way less cool. I think this patch is kind of like that, in a way, if that makes sense. They just took away cool shit for no reason. They didn't have to. Yeah, I hope we get like I heavily doubt obviously they're gonna do maybe a rework, but I still see people saying that he's technically stronger now. Like even though it was a rework, he's still stronger than he was before. But maybe not. Maybe that's changed. That was the sentiment around launch anyways. Launch of the patch, that is. In any case, we do have our final check-ins. Let me just have a look here. We have Abdu needs to check in, and that's it actually. Just Abdu. So we're starting Ashush. Oh, I accidentally full screen this. Want that? What this? Starting 3 minutes. So hang tight, hang tight. Little drill. You know what I should do? I should fucking launch the game. Oh, a good streamer. Did I update the game? I hope so. Because I was sick last week, I was kind of sick like the whole week, honestly. So I wasn't on my PC for like the whole week. Oh, it is updated. Apart from like a couple days where I was playing web fishing. That's valid. That's valid, honestly. Oh, where's Alright. I feel like a lot of players are saying the changes to their character are strange. If that makes sense. Like it's interesting for sure, but it's like, yeah, it's weird. Like I do hope that Axis can find a way to make people a little bit more happy about the patch. Because overall, I feel like a lot of the ideas of the patch are kind of good. If that makes sense. Like giving characters more HP, that's a really good change. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting for sure. If anything. I haven't really, because I was sick all week, I haven't really played as well in the patch. I'll have to determine if I like Axel now or if I'm actually gonna just press Michael's sword on Dizzy. It is basically confirmed now. Not basically. Yeah, I'll actually be going to Frosty Fausting. So I was like juggling between a couple tournaments, which one I should go to. But we'll be going to the US because apparently Chicago's like hella cheap from Denmark. So we'll be going to Frosty. And I do plan, obviously I'm going to play Tekken, that's my main game, but I do plan to play on Strive as well. So I actually have to freaking lap this game again a little bit. So I'll have to decide if I'm going to stick with Axel or not. Quickly going to learn like some Dizzy. In any case, let me just see if any stragglers sign up last second. We do tend to have people do that. Otherwise, we've got 70 people in the bracket. That is not bad. Somebody pinged me. Ram. Got silent Ram player. I can't believe they fucking made Ram the enemy again, dude. That's the worst. That's like the worst case scenario. Beans, I'm scared about that exact thing because they did that to DBFC and it just went from like bad patch to bad patch to bad patch to bad patch. I do feel like this patch is controversial, but generally it's like okay. Like especially compared to some of the other patches we've had recently. But it's still like upping the power level is very scary because that killed DBFC. In any case, for stream matches we are gonna have how about this one? Definitely let's do Roar. We're gonna do the freaking Tio on stream right here. We're gonna do RubyPrison. And we are gonna do Angles and FirePuncher. Do like me some FirePunch. And then we're gonna do obviously this match that was like here. I want to see Pluma play. We have like Pluma and there's another Spanish player in here that's quite good that I don't think I've seen play before. It's like Shiro. We'll do this match here. And then we'll do these two. Let me just mark matches until I forgot. It's over. Oh, good luck, Gara. Good luck, man. So this goes into that one. So I guess we'll do this humil once. Let's freaking go. I mean, we need some O2 people. You know how it is. But yeah, I'm still, I'm a Tekken shill. I do love how they do the Tekken patches where they just barely touch anything, right? They just do a lot of patches where they barely change anything. And it's kind of good because if you don't know, we had like Azucena was extremely strong at some point, and they just completely destroyed her, and that didn't feel good for anyone. It feels like now they kind of tone it down and then just do very, very minor changes, which I'm kind of strangely okay with. I think that's kind of cool. Instead of having these like big, insane game-changing patches. Tell chat funny.
So we had a side tournament at our monthly, which was Pokken Tournament DX on the Nintendo Switch. And my friend who actually plays the game for some reason, he told me that Pokken DX was so balanced that it had like 3 tiers at most. And guess which game team was behind that game? The Tekken team. And all Tekken players also agree that, like, well, most players, that there's essentially only 3 to 5 tiers at most in when making tier lists in Tekken. This fucking suck, but the fact that Tekken team actually knows how to balance games even with like 30 characters, that's insane.
Yep, there we go. Tekken propaganda.
Why Tekken?
Sorry, it's...
Nice jump scare, not again, man.
Yeah, okay, so the joke here is that the commentary channel is called Ace Jump Scare. So
Yep.
now, I kind of got...
Yeah, I call it that because you keep jump scaring us. You just hop in and you're just like, oh yeah, these are ETOs. Also, there's an extra T in my name.
Chucker? I mean...
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know where that came from either.
I just noticed it in like one of the highlight reels. Just suddenly I had a T in my name. I was like, when did that happen?
Maybe I didn't notice that T, and I just you know, it was just there. I don't know for how many weeks it's been there. I just copy paste, man.
The 1 week, I think.
You know what? No, I think that might have been intentional, bro, because you call them chuckers, bro.
Chucker.
Chuckers, yeah.
Tucker.
we got that sound in Dutch, so it's technically could be legit, but no, I'm just the yucker, the yucky player. People definitely enjoy playing me in my locals for my character choices.
I'm looking over at your PNG, and I love how it's just pointing around at me. He's like, hey, you know, yeah, that guy's commentating with me too.
Yeah, this was just a random pic that was taken. I'm like, all right, I'm running with this forever.
That's actually a really sick picture, to be fair.
Yeah, we had a photographer that one time around. Somebody volunteered, so that was really great.
Oh,
yeah. I'll pick his nose.
Like, wait, hold on, wait. No. Oh God, my nose.
All right, unhand me, ice. We got work to do.
Look at this dude. Bro's a VTuber. I could never.
On our own shit, on our Zero Fundamentals stuff, I have like this PNG tube thing of like Susanoo from Blazblue just sitting in Eris's room, like with the green like filter and everything, with a bunch of like shit posts in the back, and I just have it like cat yap, like pop, pop, pop,
my shit tweaking again.
Oh shit!
My shit tweaking again. I don't know why it's tweaking like this. Oh God. Why is it tweaking? Please stop tweaking. I'm begging you. Please.
If you wanted to make me a PNG tuber, you could do animate me like the South Park kids, you know, the way like their jaw unhinges.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough yap. We have RubyPrison versus Roar 2000. That's Slayer versus Elphelt.
Man. Yeah, that is definitely a matchup of all time for sure. But in general, though, we're gonna have RubyPrison trying to do their best, trying to mitigate the threat that is going to be Slayer. But Slayer still coming off the receiving end of a really stable patch for him. If anything, just that 6K change being a little bit beneficial to him. But one of the biggest changes is that nothing really changed outside of his 2H and P mappa.
Yep. P-Mappa now being put into 2HS RPS range, but RubyPrison doing kind of nice work here, keeping the Slayer at bay, but there we go, blue RC throw, knock him down to the ground, let's see this pressure, don't want to hold it, immediate YRC straight into the bomb mix.
Yeah, I think one of the coolest things too is that despite the fact that Elphelt seemingly didn't get a whole lot of changes, the changes that she did receive in general do actively benefit her game. as she's able to get more consistent knockdown pressure. Her bomb, her Pineberry able to set up more consistent mix-ups, as well as the ability to launch effectively to get better conversions. She just has a bit, she's just a bit more well-rounded in her already like inconsistent strengths, making her a lot more consistent to work with, which gives her much better damage output to even rival that of Slayer.
Well, I think right now what we're seeing mostly happen is Roar 2000 trying to do the funny Slayer thing of gambling with Mappa a bunch of time right under Ruby. RC to keep it safe.
Yeah, forcing the burst out, doesn't want to take too many hits, but unfortunately, just as I was speaking, just dropped the combo, but leads to the 2D nonetheless. So the result ends being the same, just the methodology changed up on the fly, which is always the case when it comes to tournament settings.
I think it was a little bit more disastrous for the side of RubyPrison, losing your burst there, dying to a reset, but now we're getting a little something started here. No hard knockdown, getting close to that 50 tension, but that positive meter ball is going to work out nicely here. Ooh, hit straight away. We might see an RC, tries to anti-air, but no dies into the wall splat, and just as the burst comes back, you can't. And Roar 2000 going to take the first game.
Yeah, Roar just on a mean streak already, just putting on quite a lot of blood on the screen, already starting things off by shedding blood immediately, but not without at least a little bit of a fight. Their opponent didn't just exactly lie down and take it. No, they're fighting back in spite of the complications of this matchup already being shown on display. But this is actually really interesting too. Like, already we're seeing some of the new changes being used very well for Elphelt. Like RubyPrison already putting some good showings with the new changes.
Absolutely, and there we go, starting off with the gunshot. That's instant burst from Roar, and straight gambles, gets the bait on the burst, and just like that's going to be a very quick wall splat already, 8 seconds.
Yeah, in spite of the guts changes as well as the defense modifiers being overhauled for a lot of characters, Elphelt being one of them, she still takes quite a lot of damage. Slayer is that kind of potent killer, and you see how potent that damage output can really be on a character who is almost a sitting duck on defense like Elphelt.
So you're just saying that Slayer's that guy, huh?
Slayer, unfortunately, is that guy. You can't call him that man because there already is a character named that man.
So true, and just like that, RubyPrison now making good work here, but being the Elphelt character has to score many more hits compared to Roar. So far, the key has been to keep him locked down, and just like that, going into that new change.
Ooh, are we gonna see it? Are we gonna see him? No, he's still strapped up. You gotta be careful. Oh, nope, got caught out.
Perfect, no less as well. Just splat against the wall with the explosion vest.
Nice. Trying to utilize. I like the idea of trying to utilize the gun as well to try and throw off the grounded game of Roar. It's not having a lot of success, but where it does have success is that if at all, when they use their pile bunkers, when they use their dandy step, whenever they use a lot of movement tools that are very potent, just is able to catch them out and their trajectory. But so far, no real success here, as Roar is just kind of running away with it.
Yeah, I think what we see in the trend so far is that when RubyPrison does have like the universal mechanics to be able to defend for themselves, we're talking YRCs, bursts, and all other little tricks, they can definitely stick to it a little bit, try to get these resets going, and especially expose some of Roar's weaker defense. But the moment that Roar gets his gamble side going, right, gets those big counter hit wins and just keeps RubyPrison locked into the corner, no reversals to speak of, it seems to be quite handily taken care of.
Oh, for sure, yeah. This cannot be understated just how potent this character is. Again, we've seen Slayer just absolutely rob you of all your hard work. That's just what this character has always been designed around. Just the absolute potency of, you get one counter hit, it usually leads to death. More so than ever in this game, but this is just how this character functions. And already off a 3-hit combo, you are dead. That's a dead Elphelt.
Yeah, I honestly believe he didn't have to super there.
He didn't, but actually, I actually disagree. I think him supering actually was kind of necessary, just in the likelihood that the guts might have saved Elphelt in that position. Oh, you love to see it. Just try a moment.
Try a moment. 2 whiffs, nice anti-air coming out here from RubyPrison now. Roar stuck into the corner. We're going to see that bomb vest break. Elphelt is, see what the safe jump is, just straight, and then also the pickup off of it. Unfortunately, not pointing towards the corner. Does bait out the 2HS, but unfortunately landing straight into the throw. Now we see Roar with the big damage cash out. Also, not going for the super here.
I mean, saving it for the next transition as well. But already you saw how much damage a 3-hit combo was able to do off the counter hit, already rivaling the damage that RubyPrison already did.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, drops the combo there. YRC, the aggressive burst, wants to keep Roar stuck in the corner, but no. Ooh, no, wait, I blinked and I didn't see RubyPrison win there.
Yeah, RubyPrison, that was a huge gamble that could have ended up going from bad to worse, as they gave themselves a little bit of a lifeline here to be able to keep him going for another round. But that burst disadvantage is existing, and they're already working with no health, and that usually leads to yet another perfect on the bounce. Roar is going to be moving on into the next round, and again, stopping a character as potent as Slayer is no easy task, no matter what character you play. So you just got to be able to put him down, and put him down heavily.
Especially, it's very difficult to, because like one of the easiest thing people can say trying to deal with Slayer is like, hey, don't try to get too caught up in his some of the gambles that the Slayer players might throw out, right? Those specifically those mappas that they just keep tossing, and well, one wrong press and that, like we saw, right, half your health, maybe all of it gone in an instant, and saying is one thing. Hey, don't get caught up in it. Try to play it a little bit more cleanly. Understand that this is what the Slayer is going for. On the other hand, is execution, and sometimes you're just not afforded the royalty of being able to deal with mappa punches. And I think Elphelt does have that to a degree, but you have to be really on point with some of your disjoints to be able to try and clip him out of that. And being slightly off point, greatly rewards the Slayer far more than the Elphelt.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like the thing about being a Slayer player, right, is that you just genuinely have the benefit of people already fearing and respecting your game plan. No matter what game plan you have around that, at the end of the day, none of that's going to matter, because it's like the season 1 Nago effect. Like people were having like, oh, it didn't matter who you played, Nago would just kill you, right? As long as he got one counter hit, he killed you. That has changed significantly since then. But now the new dandy man himself has arrived, and people are already fearing for their lives. People are already fearing for their health, and rightfully so. This is actually, like, I would argue, since season 1, this is the highest damaged character that we've seen in this game, like since the damage nerfs overhauled for everyone across the board. Like, this character has retained a lot more damage, has retained a lot of his Xrd kit. If not, it's gotten better. Like him having special cancels and him having regular Gatlings, on top of the fact that he just virtually feels like he never recovers. It definitely is problematic.
Yeah, I would just say it's a new vision for Strive.
If the vision is, I'm starting to understand why people saying the vision is blind.
But if you thought you wanted more Elphelt action, well, I believe it is FirePuncher that has you in that regard, as we'll be going into FirePuncher versus Ankles, aka Elphelt versus Ino.
Ooh, Ino. I mean, Ino definitely is a character that strikes me as a kind of a sleeper character at this patch, because of the way that Chemical Love, like the introduction of Chemical Love changes, definitely offers more than people initially anticipated, like giving Ino a possibility of being plus while using that move now, even on block, whether it be on block or whiff. It's a lot more complete as a move. There's just so much more to work with in that move specifically. In regards to a projectile, it's a good change, but it's Chemical Love that's going to be a deciding factor in this moment. But we've got two characters who receive changes in of itself that make this matchup a little bit more evenly contested.
Absolutely. As both players already tussling each other for a bit of control. We see a great 2S counter poke there from Ankles to keep FirePuncher at bay. You see the wall break coming out. No meter to be able to get that super off, so that might have killed. So one more interaction here for Ankles, and just like that, the HCL will take it.
Yeah, the Chemical Love, like I mentioned earlier, just not a lot of changes on the side of Ino, but the changes that she has received have been super beneficial to her. One of the ones being that everybody knows and loves, the H dive kick, the one that it just has a faster charge time, and that's going to be a super deciding factor with this. And so far, it looks like Ankles is making good on those changes as well, putting a lot of pressure on FirePuncher already.
Yeah, choosing all of those, triangle dash mix-ups. Just one more to do it, and just like that gets it. There didn't seem a lot of opportunity for FirePunch to get something started. In the moment that they did take their turn, it was immediately wire seed away from them.
Yeah, nice resource management on display too. You always want to be aware of your opponent's resources, but whenever you notice that people are about to get their momentum started, having that ability to recognize that this is a threat you do not want to deal with, circumventing that threat whenever possible, that's a sign of a player who's already aware of the matchup, already aware of the threat, already aware of what things get characters started. And for Ankles, this is kind of the thing that they need to be on for all bracket long, is to maintain that awareness and to maintain themselves like that. Self-preservation is the important key part of any character game plan component.
And just like that, speaking of character preservation, the instant burst from Ankles and so as well as the instant burst from FirePuncher, both players not wanting to hold each other's pressure, but this FirePuncher that is going to be coming out on top. Not going to be carried into the corner, but this mid-screen run-up is going to... Misinput?
I think they were trying to hit confirm that. I think they believe that close slash was going to hit. I'm not entirely sure, but it could be an execution error. But nonetheless, that actually gave Ankles an opportunity to get things started. Able to get that wall break off the Fortissimo, and is able to get through and get things started. Once again, positive bonus. You're going to have to block this Vortex.
Yeah, goes for the low there. So regionally, you know, you give... I guess in this case, you give Ankles a hand, he takes the arm. Better not miss input. And I do like the confidence for FirePuncher, but... need to play a little bit more consistent. So far, starting off real nice, going back and forth, putting Ankles into this corner. Jump out, tries to air grab them out of the pressure, but not quite hitting the mark. RC2 extended, gets that grenade crossover.
Yeah, don't let that grenade fool you, right? Just because you believe that grenade is reactable, that grenade is so ambiguous sometimes. Sometimes you'll think they'll go same size, sometimes they'll go further than you anticipated. That grenade of itself enables so much if you're just not ready for it. And even when you think you've reacted to it, sometimes like the trajectory is just so awkward to work around, especially depending on the character you play.
Absolutely, and here we go again. Ankles with a very strong start. Nice dive kick. RC tries to bait out the burst, but no bite. Both players going for YFC/ burst combo. Oh no, she just jump blocked it.
I believe Ankles tried to gold burst there, but they got the wrong burst in that moment.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they were still in control, and with that reversal super, do take game 2. So 1 game away from closing out the set over FirePuncher.
Yeah, FirePuncher, when FirePuncher is getting things started, they're doing fantastic. It's when they start crumbling between every stray hit, that's where they really start to panic, and that's where the defense starts to become more of a missing link in their game plan. And Ankles is abusing this very well, right? They're not getting too many hits in comparison to their opponent. However, the opponent has to land the kill shot. You have to make good on your chances, and Ankles is making sure that these chances land and they are problematic.
Shout outs to Guilty Gear missing him. Elphelt already gone. Early burst from Ankles, tries to jump out, but no, FirePuncher a little too advanced there with the pressure, putting them into the corner now. Close slash run up, trying to punishes some kind of wake-up attempt there, and we're going to be seeing the bomb break.
That was a mid-combo reset. I don't know if you saw that. FirePuncher being a little cheeky right now.
I missed that for sure.
Yeah, either that was an intentional reset or that was just accidental. Either way, that was tech.
That was tech, and it was actually exactly what they needed. Just seemed to be like a really high damaging combo. I was like, all right, it's drive stuff, I guess. But no, very sneaky reset indeed. Now we're seeing the mix come out from Ankles. FirePuncher not too interested in holding it for too long. Great run up with the 2S. Unfortunately, dropping the bomb there. But still keeps Ankles locked down here until otherwise.
Now Ankles got that 2K2D, able to get things going for them. Gonna use that chemical love. Not able to get the full confirm off the gravity. This time going for what an aggressive a.b.a option. Deciding to close things out for round number 2. Almost just on set point to be able to get things going into the next round so they can just sit comfortably, play a little bit of tunes.
Yeah, great 2S starter. Now we're gonna see that aggressive start. This time getting the 6HS. Overhead goes blocked. Nice guard crush. And again, the air dash in. The triangle dash from such a dangerous mix. And you always have to keep aware. So far, FirePuncher's been struggling to block those overheads, but at any point, you can just empty it with a throw.
Yeah, I mean, the name definitely live up to the name of Ankles for sure. You know, you've got to be watching out for that. But just the entire way through, FirePuncher just did not believe. They just did not believe their opponent was like that and just wanted to snatch Ankles all day long. But you got to be wary. Sometimes your name could say so much about a player, but sometimes you just can't believe the hype too much. Unfortunately, in this instance, though, Ankles definitely was leading to a more profoundly straightforward game plan of I'm going to break your ankles.
Watch your toes. Why? Actually, yeah, they need more breaking the ankles and actually watching for your toes because we hardly saw any lows, so it probably was a layer that wasn't even accessed just yet by FirePuncher, right? Those overheads were just being too efficient, and in the end, right, the only shakeup we really saw was that empty dash throw at the end. Just at the very end, it was enough to kill.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny too because I feel like the start of the end definitely started when FirePuncher tried to introduce that close slash into Fireball. I definitely do think that might have been an execution error. I'm probably trying to do Rekka. I'm not entirely sure. However, there is the big factor that the hit confirming into super. It is a possibility. It is still a relatively common thing to do. Over in NA, we have a player by the name of Kensei who plays Kai, who does this kind of thing regularly. But in this case, it just didn't work out, and that was kind of the beginning of the end for them, as just that kind of mistake, that over reliance on these like very fancy, very articulated sequences just didn't work out for them. And though they did have some moments of glory here, doing one of the most Skullgirls resets I've ever seen in Strive, nothing really worked out. It's like every shot they threw at ankles just came back with a vengeance.
100%. Before we move on into the next game, I do have a slight announcement. Here it is. All right, announcement over.
That's real. That's so real. I wish I had a can myself. I'd pop one open. It's like that was such a snap cube moment. It's just like, I gotta update my audio equipment. Click, click. I've updated my audio equipment.
Yeah, I had to turn off the the noise suppression. Otherwise, it will never pick it up.
Oh, that was crisp. It was beautiful. Kak opened a can before the announcement. Nah, you cracked it after the announcement. That's great.
The cracking was the announcement.
You're right.
No, that's for all the kids at home. This is a 18 plus if you're in the Netherlands, 21 plus if you're in the US type of beverage. So
type of beverage.
Yeah, drink responsibly.
Type shit.
Type shit, especially drink responsibly. Also, the sugar drinks, watch out. You don't want to rot your teeth out. Make sure to brush twice a day and floss.
We don't mean the dance. We mean the actual medical terminology for flossing.
Yeah, I forgot about the dance.
I'm glad it died out. I'm glad it's dead. Like, I'm sorry. Like, bro, we lived in a very awful timeline in 2016.
We truly lived in a society, huh?
The only reason why 2016 was ever talked about is because of three things. One, people dying left and right. Like, just like famous people just dying everywhere.
Oh, right, yeah.
The like Pokemon go to the polls and and just for sure people talk about like it was a year of like music having its blow up period, just so many different genres being created and so many different artists coming out of the woodworks. Like one of the most popular rising stars was The Weeknd because of it.
Oh yeah, Harambe, shout outs.
Yeah,
the grand patriarch of dank memes.
Dicks out for Harambe, dude. No, I remember, bro. I was 16 at that time, man. Things are wild then. But crazy speaking time. Of wild, TatamiGalaxy, I remember this name. It's time for yet another match on stream. TatamiGalaxy versus Tetrachromacy. But I'm just gonna call them Tetra.
Tetrachromacy. It's been a while since I've seen them. Definitely had that initial name mix up, and wow, we're jumping straight into it as TatamiGalaxy just with the instant JS to chase down whatever Tetrachromacy was going for there, trying to like clear some space, get those Asuka cubes talking the game plan for him.
Yeah, this is a dynamic of two different sides of the same coin. Both characters very strong in their own rights. However, only one side of the coin is looking a lot prettier than the other. Where one side got a lot buffed, shinier, waxed on, waxed off. The other one got sent to the dirt. And now we're looking at this from the perspective of a Nago player looking at Baiken, who's gotten immensely strong. Whereas Zando, if Zando was here, he'd tell you how much that his character got shot.
100%, and I feel like TatamiGalaxy is definitely playing like their character's buff because they are going ham, right? All the buttons are being pressed, constant meter dumping, and just like that, we're going to be seeing barely close, just shy, but the instant overhead will clear it out and taking the first round.
Oh, that was, yeah, and you mentioned jumping into the next game. Like, they jumped straight into that punish, too, to get that 40% combo. Like, that's actually insane to think about. They really are jumping in with all the options, using the recovery off of that Hiragi to be able to get that punish off the corner. And now they're sitting pretty with positive bonus and quite a lot of meter to burn through.
I actually really like how aggressive TatamiGalaxy is. Like, yeah, hell yeah, my character's buffed. I'm getting right in there, pressing all the buttons.
Ooh, that's another nerf wave. That's one of the nerfs that definitely got introduced with the character in question. That cube no longer being plus a jillion, it is now at least +6 on block. They have reduced not only the amount of hits you can do, they reduced the hit stop as well as the damage it does as a result. So now Tetrachromacy is going to be a sitting duck if these options are not well represented.
Yeah, YRC to try and claim a bit of their turn back, but just gets whiff punished with that far slash, and TatamiGalaxy is going to be claiming game 1 for themselves.
I definitely heard a lot of people mixed about Baiken being strong again. People were not very happy. I'm on the fence to say is that, you know what, I'm happy for the Baiken players because I have a homie of mine who we're practically have a rivalry going on. We basically are rivals, and for a whole year he suffered. He finally has his character back. One of her biggest strengths now is now defensively, she's so much more scary due to guard cancels. And on top of that, she has the one weakness that Winty has been complaining about for the last year. And that is the fact that she can now convert.
That's definitely a major one. And we're seeing a lot of conversions come out here as well as like research usage, but also just a lot more regular hits landing into great damage just like that. And Tetrachromacy knows that as well and is going to be bursting to try and claim back some semblance of their turn. But TatamiGalaxy not letting up, just wants to keep bullying right in their face, instant overhead into the mana break, and with that super, that should be a very quick round right there.
Yeah, this is kind of an odd thing to see too, because back in Season 3, this was an awful matchup, or like just in general, this matchup was awful for Baiken for roughly an entire year and a half, maybe 2 years. This was an awful matchup, but now with the way that this character has functioned to this day, this character, it's odd to see TatamiGalaxy just dominating in the Asuka matchup. Not sure if this is just character familiarity or if this is just the sign of what the patch has done to the character.
I think it might be a bit of both. It might also just be TatamiGalaxy kind of knowledge checking Tetrachromacy here. Just throw out all the Baiken options and observe what the player is doing. If it's not a whole lot, you'll be like, okay, word, let's just get it going then. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, but we are going to talk about one of the biggest highlighting factors of Tetrachromacy's game so far, and that is the utilization of the Qs. We haven't gotten to see much of it because TatamiGalaxy has just been such an opposing force thus far. But from what we can see, right, Tetrachromacy trying to represent kind of that the sustained cube pressure, sometimes frame trapping off of these cubes as well, trying to control the screen, but not able to really enforce any of it, as TatamiGalaxy just showing very little fear, if at all, to the game plan in question. Just really playing like there's really no issue to come from the game plan of Tetrachromacy.
They're playing like their character just got buffed or something.
It's almost like they don't care.
I think for the longest time, Baiken players have been that meme of that guy doing a push-up on a knife balanced on the nail. And finally their character's buffed, so they're just like, oh yeah, all that hard work paid off with this functional character now on my side. I'm unstoppable. And so far, TatamiGalaxy is definitely representing that part.
It's like that motion dub voicing of Vegeta. Just one day, I just didn't care anymore. Like just yeah, they're doing a fantastic job. Like, they're really just dominant. Like, this is actually the most dominant I've ever seen a Baiken player just play in the Asuka matchup. This is probably the only time I've ever seen this. And nice Kara conversion off the H Kabari to be able to get that kill shot as well. And now they're on set point.
Yeah, the fucking Lee Bruce, was it the Lee training weights are off. Gara does not know what's coming at them. So far, Tetrachromacy is now holding a bit of control of this neutral, but we're seeing a lot of buns being thrown out to challenge these Qs, but still, it's Tetrachromacy coming out on top. Misses the extension a little bit there, but finds the next hit, able to shuffle in some more cards, and goes for the super and the hard knockdown.
Oh, for sure. You mean just because you're dominating as much doesn't mean you can't wait for the fact that when your opponent starts striking, you're eventually going to get caught out by an option, utilizing the repulsor cube, trying to repel an option, and eventually does get around, going for them a little sign of fortune to come. We have yet to see, but Tetrachromacy already doing a pretty good job of getting options already out. But TatamiGalaxy, not necessarily used to being on the back foot, is already pushing the advance once again.
Yeah, constantly throwing buns, challenging every single cube. I want nothing on screen. I want no plus frames in my house. Just like that, it's going to be rewarded with this mana break. And we do have the wall spat, and we do have the meter to be able to cash out for this. It's a major damage. Not quite a kill just yet, but still a hard knockdown and that positive meter bonus is going to be a fantastic situation.
Yeah, it was a scaled starter nonetheless because of the mana, but this is going to be one more mix to death. Uses the YRC, but there's still meter on deck, but the cheeky throw nonetheless. He's going to use that Pocket DP. Oh, yeah. No. Beats it out clean. Consulting the Sacred Text. Nice deflect shield, but not really going anywhere. You're still stuck like glue to this one unwashed Ronin. Gonna go for another throw situation, trying to get the strike throw situation started. Now we got cubes going. This is the preferred distance that they want to be in.
Yeah, and it's really paying out a lot here. TatamiGalaxy does find the exit from the corner while Assault to keep track. Still trying to dance around these cubes, but it is Tetrachromacy here now with the combo. Baits the burst on top of it and makes one stick on the board. Tetrachromacy may be a sign of that comeback, but it's 2-1 so far.
Yeah, that was a really, really telegraphed, very good round from Tetrachromacy. That was played to perfection. They were on a pixel. That magic pixel was all they needed. And again, this goes back to the old saying: you can put a man down, but you gotta take him out for good if you don't want him coming back with a vengeance. And just one pixel is enough to get you going. It's the reason why it's called the magic pixel.
Absolutely. I also think it's
it makes more sense too, because this is Asuka too.
Absolutely. Pixels are squares. It's not three-dimensional, but so far TatamiGalaxy, sign of the previous round, starting off nice and strong, instantly challenging every single cube, has them locked down in the corner, and this time you have no mana, no burst, and you're gonna have to hold all of this damage. Setup has the Kabari throw, and that's gonna be a combo, as well as another round. TatamiGalaxy back on set point with a perfect.
Back to winning ways, and just because you won one game doesn't mean you've won them all. You've got to keep this pressure going, and TatamiGalaxy has that in abundance. Nice backdash to be able to deal with the walk-up throw. Now we're gonna have Tetrachromacy playing at the game they wanted to play for the last 3 games.
Yeah, so far it is TatamiGalaxy trying to deny that, but they're at that optimal range to just keep throwing cubes, just close enough to also get some of those normals in, but also charge up their cards. The cube flying back, bouncing you quickly on the head, and that super putting you back into the corner. Can we find the escape? The staff is making this quite troublesome for TatamiGalaxy to find an opening. Just goes for a deflate shield.
I'm not entirely sure what that was. However, it still worked out in the end. They do have a lot of meter to burn through. They're going to use it to try and maintain that Oki. Using the teleports to be a little bit tricky. Just one more hit is enough. No, but they backdash as well.
Yeah, we're getting close to that mana break there. Gets that overhead, and there's the mana break.
That's dead.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, okay, OTG just barely in time, and TatamiGalaxy is going to be closing it out 3-1 over Tetrachromacy.
Now, me personally, I would have blocked that, but that's just me.
Truest advice is just block it, man. Come on, just block the mix-up.
Bro, just block, bro. Like,
block.
Come on. Like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you blocking? You knew it wasn't same side. Nah, to be fair, that just shows you the kind of power that Baiken has as a whole. But more so than Baiken, I think that shows you like what a long-term Baiken player can do if you give them the right tools and the right momentum to work with. And it really shows, because it's like you don't just get this just by playing the character. That is a savant of the character. That is a specialist who plays the character. This isn't just something you just pick up and do on day 1 or week 1. You have to have this already instilled into your game plan. And so far, that was what we saw. That was the kind of strength that we saw in the character, where TatamiGalaxy just really dominated, really showing that they wouldn't even let their opponent get started. And that's fantastic play. Tetrachromacy tried their damnedest, but Tatami was not to be denied.
Absolutely, just constantly challenging into those cubes, making sure that the game plan could not get started up. Of course, choking a little bit under some of these Asuka pressure strings, but in the end came out right on top with that hyper aggressive play.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta remember at the end of the day, this is Asuka here, right? Asuka was always a problematic force to contest with anyway. Them getting bonked on the head by that cube was no surprise to me. Maybe got a little tunnel vision at the end, but in general, you do have to contest with Toho Project in this game sometimes because of Asuka. But from one Asuka, we go to another one. The Shadow Wizard Money Gang is not yet out for its members. We are going to see Asuka versus Dizzy here, and I believe it's going to be Zato-VaN versus Shiro.
Yeah, and Zato-VaN, definitely a very nice Asuka at that, so we're probably going to see a little bit more of that game plan coming out. But it is interesting because I haven't been exposed to a whole lot to Dizzy other than like what was shown in their instructional video, and I believe something like Michael's sword can definitely challenge very efficiently into the ranges that Asuka likes to play at, right? Both of these characters like to be like this distance and tussle a bit.
I would definitely say the same thing as well. However, I would argue that Michael sword is definitely not going to be the play here, especially if you're depending on how the cubes are going to function. So you got to be a little bit more dedicated to trying to time your punishes with Michael sword. And more importantly, on the defense, both characters struggling as well. But the one benefit that Zato-VaN is going to have is that the access to that pocket DP, as well as the fact that, you know, cube as a reversal still remains to be a thing.
Yep, 100%. And so far, the strength coming out in full force as Zato-VaN taking the first round, jumping right over the Michael sword and immediately getting that punish and locking Shiro right down in this corner. We're seeing that near proximity game plan that Asuka's oh so love with the cubes, but the anti-air from Shiro now sets up the ice, big old ice field, hard knockdown.
Yeah, the one beautiful thing though is that despite the fact that this is going to not be a fantastic showing for Zato-VaN, as they're going to be clearing the stage of any sort of proximity, Wings of Light no longer being gone, no longer being there, my mistake. Shiro has the damage output to really put Zato-VaN in his place. It's just a matter of can they get started, which they have clearly in this round. They're able to get the back throw, telling Necro to back off as they go for the OTG 2H.
Absolutely great stuff. Good, nice recovery here, and also great showing. So not fully in on just the zoning aspect. Gets that ice, and I like that they don't immediately set up the ice field in case that it got blocked, because there is a little funny, I don't know if it's intended interaction or a bug right now.
No, it is a bug. It's been confirmed as a bug. It has been confirmed as a bug. The particle accelerator,
so cool.
Yeah. It's so funny, but it's also really stupid.
I mean, all right. Dizzy's get to slop after the patch. I see how it is.
Yeah. I mean, acting like they don't already do that now. Consulting the Sacred Text, getting a nice hand to toe, maybe swapping out a few more here and there. So consulting yet another chapter in the Sacred Text. Burst off the field now, so now forcing them out, but Exodia is still active.
Absolutely, still trapped into the corner, gets that jump in. Not a lot to be able to get from there, because they have to charge up a lot more cards. Currently, we are just consistently ripping out move after move, cube after cube, and Shiro has to keep guessing, and unfortunately guesses wrong in the end, and Zato-VaN is going to be putting the first one on the board for themselves.
Yeah, but again, I will consult the graph. If Zando was here, he would be saying, but he was the problem, right? Yeah, we haven't seen a Ramathal just yet, but I'm pretty sure if we did, like we'd be seeing the same stupidity we'd be seeing all over Twitter, and Zando would be there, like immediately.
100%. Gotta defend your character, accuse him.
But so far, so good from both sides as well. But Zato-VaN, like, you know, trading the dominance between themselves and Shiro. Then that's just the unfortunate nature that Shiro is going to have to overcome, right? It's the fact that Zato-VaN is going to display a lot more of a zoning-heavy game plan against a character like Shiro's, where Dizzy's going to need all the time she needs to be able to get started, be able to get things going, and we might have enough time for Wings of Light. It might actually just get started. Yeah,
there it is. Activated, get that wall assault, keep the pressure going. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of meter, but we still see Zato-VaN down to that final pixel and a big old long normal to close it out. Shiro taking the first round of game 2.
And the worst part about Wings of Light too, and we saw that with the mana as well, with or without mana, it does not matter. Like, Wings of Light does not discriminate. It takes all equally. And that means your life bar is going to drain just as equally as everybody else's, which is going to be scary because I think it's at a fixed rate rather than as a character-specific rate.
expansive, especially if you're used to being a character with high level of guts. You are going to suffer, and especially a character like Asuka with his mana shield being, I think, the highest guts in the game.
Well, he has no guts. He has the highest defense in the game when with mana, but without mana, he just dies in an instant.
Oh, my fault. That's me. That's the Xrd in me talking.
Yeah, with mana, he has 1.5 defense, 0 guts. With mana, he has 0.75. Fish.
Oh, nice YRC blowing through everything, but an aggressive YRC keeping the corner, baits out the throw. Not enough to get that kill though, but the Michael sword to finish it out and clean 2 rounds from Shiro, tying up the set.
I feel like was it wrong of me to say that these normals are kind of racist, purely on the sense of like, do you guys remember when Dizzy, like how Dizzy used to pose, right? She used to have her hands down, almost like A posing, but now she has her hands like palms forward, and now it looks like she's just hitting the Frieza.
It might just be.
I mean, take a look at it. Like, I want you guys to take a look and tell me I'm wrong. Like, just take a look at her pose and tell me I'm wrong. We're about to see it right now.
Oh, the Frieza. Okay, I thought it was like...
She just hits the Frieza. Like, she just hits the Frieza, dude.
Absolutely reasonable. She got that... Actually, what is the Frieza race anyways? But definitely got that aura of supremacy, that rulership on them. But so far, it is Zato-VaN that is keeping the monarchy at bay right now.
Like, down with the queen. But wait, does the queen have that yacht?
Well, she's dressed more appropriately nowadays, so it's hard to tell. But regardless, both players now kind of tussling for that control here on the screen. We do see the ice pillar set. No need to set up the snowfield, but the ice fish pressure. Blue RC locked down in the corner with these plus frames. Wild assault to keep it going, but the throw. Yeah, got Zato-VaN back with mana.
I think that was a knowledge check as well. I think Shiro was probably comfortable with trying to reset like with Blue Wild Assault into the charged Norwal 6H. However, the problem is that Zato-VaN probably recognized that there was a gap in between that. That probably is a knowledge check for everyone involved. So I think that might be something for everybody to hit the lab with.
Yeah, it's interesting that on such a soon release that Zato-VaN is aware of these knowledge gaps, unfortunately. As classic as this Dizzy character is to her Xrd implementation, she can just zone when she wants to, and it is Zato-VaN that does heal under that. But now running that very aggressive pressure, keep him locked into corner, trying to get those instant overheads, but it's not connecting, but still finds the next hit.
Yeah, I think overall though, like a good amount of her kit has been retained. However, in place of her zoning that she used to have, she's more of a set play mid-range specialist, where her Michael sword is more dedicated to whiff punishing as well as being able to get the max range confirms off of the ice field as well. And her fish being able to control very set distances as well as certain archetypes of like movement. And then you have the chestnuts as well, just being able to do what is necessary to be able to control this aerial presence as well as the grounded presence of characters, especially during the ice field. Her potency in zoning is more set into controlling certain aerial and grounded movement, whereas Zato-VaN is going to be able to control much more of the screen at a given time.
Absolutely. Unless you're, of course, willing to challenge those cubes with button presses. Great blocks coming out here from Shiro. Still stuck in the corner. We'll be trying to YRC, claim their turn back, but this Zato-VaN with a great spacing that's going to be coming out on top. And with that super, is it enough to kill? Yes, it will be. And Zato-VaN is going to bring it to a 2-1 situation in spite of what it says on the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, 5 guts be damned, that character is still going to be chopped liver the moment you get on top of her. And even a character like Asuka, who normally is not known for his damage output, is still going to be able to do enough damage to be able to kill the queen. And overall, Zato-VaN, despite the complications with some of the mishaps in the early rounds, especially against Shiro, they're doing a fantastic job of being able to maintain their offense, trying to represent a lot of fuzzies, trying to knowledge check their opponent. Shiro definitely trying to enforce whatever game plan they get. Again, it's new character syndrome. People are still trying to figure things out, trying to figure out what to do, how to combat it. And more importantly, as the Dizzy player, you're trying to figure out how to play the game once again. But overall, relearning matchups as well, how to reapply that knowledge that you know about every character and most characters you have with the new character in question.
Absolutely, and we're going to see Shiro here trying to start and get that hell swing going back in their favor. Tries to go for that instant overhead, but great blocks from Zato-VaN is going to be denying that and keeping the pressure going for themselves. A slight misinput, I believe, there as they go flying across the screen there. And man, just constantly throwing out cubes, trying to chase them down into the ground. Just that's a super rip here, and it punishes.
Yeah, but that super not doing enough damage. If this is pre-patch, this would have definitely killed. But this is a whole new patch. That super has been shot in the face, many men style. You might as well have 50 Cent pulled up slowly.
Really many men style. There's a lot of characters that people want dead in this game.
Many men. Wish death upon me. Now I don't cry no more.
Here we go.
Speaking of which, yeah, speaking of which, Zato-VaN, not a man of tears, is more of a man of bloodshed. It is putting a lot of pressure on Shiro, despite these changes not really affecting them in a good way.
Absolutely. I mean, also the fact that he only has one eye to cry from, but there we go. One lifeline burst here. Doesn't want to bring it, has the burst here, but unfortunately stuck in dizzy zoning. And with that, Shiro is going to be bringing it down to a final game situation.
Game 5, first game 5 in this bracket as well. As we're getting into the qualifier stages as well, we're moving into our top 16. Like, we're moving towards our top 16. Basically, whoever wins this gets to move on into winners quarters, and that is always the thing you want to do, right? You always want to get into the quarterfinal side of things and, get through the competition, sweep through all the bad weeds of the bracket, and be able to put yourself in a more comfortable situation. But now, as the deeper we get into this bracket, the tougher the competition gets, the stiffer it starts to become. The more problematic a lot of characters are going to be.
Absolutely. Great pickup there. Excellent hard bait, and just barely gets a punish in. Still, not a whole lot of damage, but stuck in the corner is Shiro. Charging all up the cards. Let's see what Zato-VaN has cooked up for the next sequence of pressure.
Yep, the next sequence, if you like to call it. But so far, again, consulting the sacred text, guard crushing the poor queen to death.
Absolutely, and just like that, you try to get a hit in, but Zato-VaN with the great spacing and the punish to match it as well. As you back to the corner, empty jump low, finds its mark, and with that, Zato-VaN now on set point over Shiro. Can Shiro bring it back down to a double Luigi?
Yeah, the Zato-VaN. Oh, both of them just starting off with a run up, like 6P. And you just see it. This is desperation. Desperation calls for desperate measures right now. And it looks like Shiro is trying to represent options, trying to throw darts at the board, see what sticks. Zato-VaN getting that run-up draw. And we talked about it already. The changes seem like this is just a patch for people to adapt to. Some people will adapt, some people will die. But in this case, Zato-VaN is sticking it out and is really believing in their character. And that belief really takes you a long way.
Yeah, definitely believe to a degree, right? Zato-VaN is just like, well, at least my character wasn't as bad as Baiken, and with the great burst bait, Zato-VaN with clean 2 rounds is going to be closing it out 3-2 over Shiro.
Yeah, what a dominant display towards the latter half of that side of the bracket set. And so far, Zato-VaN showing that these nerfs aren't going to affect him. And that is what you need. You need to be able to close up gaps and close out holes in your game plan that normally are existing within the character changes. You can't exactly avoid them, however, you can circumvent them. And it seems like Zato-VaN has dedicated so much time to the character that he is able to play around these changes. How this will affect his matchups moving forward, we will see in due time, as they are going to qualify into top 16 winner side. But as we get further and further into the bracket, as I'm looking right now, they're really in for a wild one. As Zando moves on to top 8, Scarfed and Cuenca, or
I believe it's
Cuenca is going to be.
I'm staring at the chat. All you Spanish speakers was Swensa, right? Or there was a pronunciation style to it.
I think it's Swensa. I think like this might be Spanish. Yeah, it might be from Spain, so I'm not entirely sure. Like Mexican Spanish to like European Spanish is a different thing, but it might be Swensa or Cuenca, or Cuenca. I'm not entirely sure, but until that, I'm gonna go by Swensa. You have Setchi, and I believe that's Joe the Conductor. No, that's just Herculian.
You can sound like K, Cuenca. Okay.
Cuenca, I knew it. And then you have Zato-VaN and Wrathgazer. Wrathgazer being a very, very terrifying pot player at times. But again, this is a very stiff top 16. And Zando already put Revill into loser side. So Revill is going to have to work their way one more match just to get to top 8 loser side. But this bracket, very, very stiff. A lot of people are really vying for that top 8. and I'm looking at the loser side bracket too, and quite a lot of people still have yet to play. One of my standout names that I really want to make up there. You have our Yokai's EU manager in Paida, but you also have another Asuka player that is in the loser side and in Yokai, from Yokai, Vena. But we've got many players to come. We got many matches to come. But now we're going to have Flamin' God versus Scarfed.
Yeah, I love seeing Scarf play, man. He has this very particular style to the Chipp approach, right? What you'll see a lot from Scarf's Chipp is a lot of micro walking back and forth, constantly pacing, and then suddenly just pulling the trigger, running right at you and letting one of Chipp's disjoints do the talking for him and catching you, trying to press something to, stop his advance on you. And just like that, he converts straight into combo and straight into that corner pressure that Chipp is very good at.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matchup because this is going to be a matchup of movement. And both these characters, while Chipp is more favored in this movement style, as he's a lot more speedy, the one other thing that Ino's got going for her is that she has a lot more movement trajectories that are very difficult to punish and very difficult to maneuver around when she gets going, because she has ways to control the screen.
100%, and so far we see the stagger pressure being paid out in dividend. Half health already gone, Scarf with the burst, and already setting up that new system mechanic. But again, it's Flaming God, or in this case Cuenca, coming out on top again. Instant overheads. Ooh, slight drop.
Try to get the secondary pickup, trying to loop that situation off the Chemical Love, but not entirely too beneficial there. And despite what that top off looks like, that is still very much in the favor of Scarfelt. I think we just saw a Rekka into Kara Super. That Bonka Masai coming off that Rekka, getting a little bit of meter back just to be able to get themselves going for positive bonus.
Well, you see the burst from the wall combo, so that would definitely have been the kill there for Scarf. Excellent whiff punish, nice footsies, 5p to check the air approach, trying to send out these big normals, and again, now Cuenca a little too afraid to press, and with that PRC, it is going to be Scarf taking the first round.
I mean, you have every right to be afraid when it comes to Chipp Zanuff. Chipp Zanuff is a very speedy character. Just when you think you're able to press buttons freely at certain ranges, this is the one character that could really advance into space and punish you for one of his more potent options. And one of the biggest things that Cuenca is going to have to be really careful about is the fact that once you get to the corner, that looping pressure is going to be very, very scary. But if they can get the damage off early on, this won't be an issue. It'll be Scarf who's going to be dealing with a lot of pressure on their shoulders.
Absolutely, and we're seeing instantly that Chipp character, funny defense come out as he eats a lot of damage. Still find the pressure, gets wire seed into the corner, unfortunately. Not caught blocking with the Grey Beat combo. Cuenca is going to be tying up the rounds.
Yeah, Black Beat combo securing it. You gotta be careful when a system mechanic like that, like YRC or Deflect Shield is active. You gotta be very, very careful. Even when you're guard crushed, you gotta be blocking at some point. But looking like Cuenca is finally getting a little bit of their momentum moving forward. That damage is piling up on Scarf.
Well, we haven't seen. Don't count Scarfed out just yet. Oh no, we might have to count him. Oh, okay, slide drop, but finds the next hit with the stroke, and just like that, Cuenca claiming game one over Scarfed.
Yeah, Cuenca. Unfortunately for Scarf, the stroke game was a little bit too strong there, as that first game does go to Cuenca there. A little bit of a nip and tuck there at the beginning, but Scarf is going to lose that first game. But this is not a bad position for Scarf here. Cuenca does have the lead, but the one thing that Cuenca is not going to be able to utilize much of is the movement. And despite the fact that they've been getting some really good stuff going for them, Scarf has not really represented a lot of the defensive options that are possible for them on their side. So they still have the aspect of DP, but how well Cuenca operates against these defensive habits is going to be the very notable detail that'll help them win this matchup, or it'll help put Scarf in a much better position.
100%. Already see a very strong position here for Cuenca, getting that overhead, and with that RC mix, it's going to be extending the damage lead that they already cultivated. RC on the stroke to extend the pressure some more, and just like that, a very quick round. No burst coming out from Scarf. You can hold it for the next round.
Yeah, Scarf is having a very difficult time of it, trying to find even a semblance of an opening there. As we talked about movement, while one has a lot more movement options and is rather crafty with them, it looks like Cuenca is just so much more creative and so much more potent with the way that they introduced a lot of their movement, and even being creative as to use that RC to be able to give them the momentum needed to be able to get the opener.
Yeah, but just as dominant as the performance from Cuenca was in the previous round, Scarf now answering back with a perfect of their own, showing that they are not slouching just yet. They've just been a little unlucky. Good block so far, no punish. Unfortunately, sets up the rope with the space that was built a little bit there, but still excellent challenge. Will delete the rope.
Yeah, you're gonna have the Mad Love catching them from that far away. No punish, but here we go. We're gonna have Scarf who's gonna cash out on that damage to try and get that wall break, but which forces Cuenca to be able to use that burst. Now it's gonna be time to reset once again, get that damage output while you can. Goes to the mix, forces the YRC off of the side of Cuenca.
Yeah, doesn't want to hold this too much longer. That's going to be a wall break, no hard knockdown. So we'll see what Scarf has in plan. Just jumps straight right in, finds a love, red RC, fast red RC to get that closing kills. And just like that, Scarf is going to be tying up the set.
Now it looks like the tides have turned here. Cuenca had a very dominant first round, but now it's Scarf who had his fill of this game. Now we finally got a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. As a friend of mine would say, guys, gals, non-binary pals, we are here for quite the show.
Absolutely. Maybe Scarf finally coming online to how Cuenca likes to approach it, but like any good set of fighting games, there should be a narrative of back and forth, both players communicating with their options against each other. And here we see the stagger pressure being represented by Scarf and instant burst from Cuenca.
Yeah, the all-important game 3. We talk about it all the time, and I've mentioned it time and time again how important this game plan is. It may not be the most important game, but this is the game that really tells this tale of like what's going to happen for the rest of this set, as both these characters both these players, might add, are going to be playing at their absolute best. This is the kind of style you're going to be expecting from them for the rest of the set, as Cuenca is already displaying a lot of dominance in the early going, but Scarf still fighting back with a lot of resistance.
Yeah, great 5P there to challenge the triangle dash. Unfortunately, dropping the combo there and eating some more damage. That puts Cuenca right back there in a strong position. Deflex shield does connect, but no punish on the very lengthy move. Does find a sweep. Great mix-up from the rope. Nice corner carry as well, but oh my god, the blocks as well from Cuenca and also these mix-ups.
Yeah, this is a very tricky way to deal with it, like Chipp having his new toy now, able to play a Circus Olay act for us on the stream. It's very difficult to even get an idea of where the trajectory is going to be, where he's going to land, how he's going to hit you, and whether or not his conversion is going to drop. But Cuenca is not going to worry about any of that, as they're going to take that all-important game 3, which leads them into match point to be able to go on into the top 8 cut on winner's side.
See if Scarf can put a dent in that plan and try to claim one back from themselves. So far, the trend has been Cuenca first, then Scarf, then now Cuenca again. So we'll see if Scarf is able to take it back to a Game 5 situation or not, or if Cuenca just has the download.
Yeah, well, so far he has had quite the really good run of it, and Scarf has had some really good moments, but in general, this is going to be a very difficult situation for them, as Cuenca is starting to pick up pace and starting to pick up on the offense as well.
Absolutely. We see a bit of that good stagger pressure coming out. Wild Assault to extend the damage some more. Tries to cash out with the super, but a great time burst from Cuenca is going to be denying that now, running the pressure of their own stroke. Tries to challenge it with a 2K. Scarf now getting right in there. Wild Assault to extend it some more. Good throw tag. Jumps right over. RC's both players trying to chase each other down here. Trying to vie for control over the pressure. It's going to be Scarf coming out on top.
All right, here we go again. Scarf finally getting a little bit of semblance of fortune for them, able to get that kill off and finally able to get that all-important first round, which has always been the case for these two, is whoever gets the first round usually is the one to lead the set.
Yeah, usually probably a greater understanding of what the other one is looking for. So far it is Cuenca now getting the opening hit, stuck into the corner. Great 5P challenge. And now are we going to see the pickup? Unfortunately drops it, and that's going to be a great whiff punish there from Cuenca, driving Scarf back into the corner that he also worked very hard to get out from.
Very good YRC. That could have ended up being a much more disastrous situation for Scarf there if that super had landed. A nice defense to be able to deal with the Vortex situation. Does miss the High Chemical Love, however, Cuenca does clean that up, uses the PRC to be able to get that situation off and still get the kill shot nonetheless.
Great early start here for Cuenca. Scarf is stuck in. Locked down in the corner, finds a 2K drill hit, sets up the rope, nice mix off of, on top of it. Gets those crazy combos as well, sets up an insane mix that I got hit by.
I'm sorry, I didn't even see that at all, and that is damage racked up as Bakumasai is going to give them that positive bonus they need, but there is a lot of resources on the side of Cuenca here. Cuenca's got to think fast because this could end in a flash.
Yeah, try to go for that command grab there, but it was bursted away instead. Gets that throw to the back there, just goes for a burst. Luckily it was gold, so not too punishable. Tries to DP through, but the stroke a little spaced away.
Oh, that might be
going to be the kill shot for Cuenca? It will be. Just a fairly short DP is going to be costing Scarfed the winner side run.
That could have easily been their moment right there. That could have easily been the moment they needed, but just very misplaced there. Just a pixel away, unfortunately, for Scarfed, as they are going to bow out into the loser side. But still, what a great showing on their part. It's just unfortunate. Cuenca definitely getting luck, and in that last moment, and luck is always a huge factor in the bracket, despite the fact that, you know, skill is always the first thing people look at. Sometimes you got to understand, Lady Luck chooses its favorites in a moment like this. In a high pressure situation, you've got to depend on luck to keep you out of this. And sometimes luck is all you need. Just that all important like scuffle, that scramble situation, how you make do on it is how things turn out for the best or for the worst. But in the case of Scarfed, it ended up being their downfall, as Cuenca made really good on their chances to be able to get that one lucky stray whiff and to be able to get the kill shot necessary.
Absolutely. And also, it's very interesting to note that not only did Scarfed was able to show off some insane mix off the rope, right? But also the fact that technically now Chipp has access to those wall run type damage, which, you know, his normals have improved damage on the wall run, and with the rope borrowing those moves is also able to like increase the damage of the character, whereas typically Scarf would have to fish for many more hits, and I think we might have seen a very different game occur in the previous patch. Now we saw the big damage cash out. Unfortunately, he's still stuck with that kind of shit super that doesn't really kill, but does get you that hard knockdown.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, in general, I've spoken to some Chipp players, and some Chipp players have actively told me, right, that it's still going to be a little harder to be able to utilize these moves, right? Because the tightrope is still, you're doing this from mid-screen, so gravity is scaling very differently. But in general, it's very potent as an option. You still get damage off of that, but gravity is a lot more harsh. It's a lot tighter to work with. And the unanimous decision is you've got to be a lot cleaner with the way that you utilize it, as it's now a pressure sequence rather than just as a combo filler or a bombo setup, right? You've got to be a lot more proactive with your movement, a lot more proactive with your pressure, and more so how to set up your mix-up game as a result of the tightrope.
Absolutely, and I think we've been getting a not so subtle reminder here from Ice, as we have been slacking on the Torino code shilling this whole time. So, like you mentioned, there are now 27 codes left to be claimed. So, for those that aren't aware, we do have Matcherino codes, and it's very easy to claim. Just hit that exclamation mark Matcherino, which has already been done for you. The link is available in chat. Head on over, hit that claim code button. If you're not already logged in, do so. If you can do it with your Twitch account. Many other possible accounts are available as well. I believe Meta, LinkedIn in there was in there, as well as Battle.net. Once you've done that, hit that claim code button. Add 25 cents to the prize pool. It's literally free money.
Yeah, it's free money, and honestly, it gives a lot more incentives for TOs as well as players to be able to do these events a lot more frequently. So I do hope that you would support your TOs, and also give a big thank you to Ice, who has been running this whole situation and has been getting this whole thing started for us. But now we're going to have Setchi versus Herculian, and Anji is a character that definitely has been putting everybody on edge lately. A lot more eyes are on Anji Mito, Sex with a Man guy, as he now has that new fusion change.
Absolutely, but we're seeing Setchi here, one of the final bastions of the Zato character, especially during the Dark Era. I think still in the Dark Era actually, and currently showing actually. Yeah, as you should. I mean, strength of the puppet character, you basically never get to play if you're able to manage their resources very efficiently. And that is what Setchi is doing right now, keeping Herculian under control, and just as Herculian gets something started, gets bursted out for the troubles.
The other thing that we got to be really wary about, though, as Setchi now has the ability to be able to get Dead Fang immediately, something that he used to have back in Season 1 and 2 as the but more so under different circumstances as Eddie came back relatively fast. But now we've got Anji Mito. One of the biggest dangerous changes that they gave him back is the fact that now his overhead is a lot more threatening now that the fact that it gives him a hard knockdown, much like his Season 1 counterpart.
But crazy mix coming out from Setchi here, not able to cash out into the super, and that's a dead Eddie as well, so trying to back out, but it is immediately Herculian putting the pressure on Setchi, wants to maintain his control while he has no Eddie meter, but the quick jab into a hard burst bait, I believe, but there we go, RC to, but no punish. Setchi.
Yeah, it was a rather, while it is more active, right, Invite Hell is a lot more active, and it definitely is a lot more concerning to have to deal with. This fact is that the active frames aren't going to be enough to be able to catch them if they're that elevated off the ground, and then they have to recover nonetheless. They still have some semblance of invulnerability, but in a situation like this, right, when you're dealing with Zato as a whole, I feel like Herculian is not representing a lot of that guard point, which will definitely make a lot more problematic scenarios for Setchi here. But this is the feeling out process. This is still the early going. This is still the early round. So we'll see how things go the further along we get into the set. But already Herculian just representing that inclusion off rip and putting themselves in a comfortable position.
Absolutely, overheads connecting, and now 3 overheads later, we throw out the low, and we're trying to see Setchi control the space a little bit, finds that invite hell connect. Eddie is still alive to keep the pressure running. Great defect shield does open up for the Fujin, but it is still Setchi on top.
Setchi is definitely doing whatever they can to be able to keep their opponent out of this, trying to use their movement whenever possible. But Herculian, the one big factor that's going to be very problematic for Setchi here is the fact that damage output is on the side of Anji Mito. And I feel like people really understate the fact that he's always had this. Anji has always had this since the beginning of the game. The only reason why you don't really see much of it, or you didn't see much of it until as of lately, is because Anji's access to said damage was never really that easy, nor was it ever that consistent. So you had to really work around getting low commitment options that led to very little reward. But nowadays he can do a lot more that leads to greater reward.
See what I've talked about when I said that Slayer was the vision? Characters want their damage. Characters don't want only to constantly do 10 billion resets.
Until you realize that some characters just remain. It's like the more things change, the more things stay the same. EMEA in particular, despite Artemis existing.
I mean, for Millia, they just shot the character for fun.
I mean, at that point, I agree, but at the same time, it's like, damn. Like, y'all can't live, huh?
Real. Oh, nice parry. Nice dash through, and that's going to be a burst coming out from Setchi. He wants to keep him tied into this corner, especially while waiting for Eddie to come back from vacation. Eddie, where are you? I need you for this damage. RC to keep the pressure going. Eddie now summoned, and the pressure keeps going. Gets hit with the overhead. OTG.
Spends the YRC, kills Eddie in the process, but that Eddie gauge is refilling rather fast despite that fact. And now we're going to have Eddie come back. The boys are back in town, and they're using that deflect shield to be able to push through. That guard point was very well placed as they are able to get their turn back now, get that knockdown to be able to run Oki, trying to rapid fire those close slashes, but not able to get much off of it.
Yeah, also very great for being able to navigate through the invite hells, right? Just flying right over. This time challenging before it could get the guard point inputted. And Setchi on a warpath here is going to claim game 2, just 1 game away from sending Herculian down as well.
Yeah, and again, I mentioned earlier, be utilizing that guard point, and it seems like that's an option that they can represent a lot more. But Setchi's got to be being a lot more proactive and being able to try and isolate the fact that if the possibility comes where you see that guard point, you're already ready and you're already anticipating any possible options, already preparing yourself for the next sequence just in case, giving themselves that ample space so that Herculian can't really do much from that preferred range. But Setchi still has to be careful about those options because any one bad mistake can lead to death here, as Setchi actually is still more likely to die off one hit than Herculian, who has a lot greater health now.
Seeing Setchi already starting off with a great dominant performance here, keeping Herculian tied into the corner. Half health already gone, and we're going to find the wall splat. Just barely finds it, and with the sword super is going to be getting the hard knockdown and the return of Eddie.
Yeah, Yeah, Eddie has come back and has come with a vengeance. They're going to set up for a situation, try to go for the burst bait as well, trying to go for the burst save combo the entire way through it. That's just been what Setchi's been all about, is just sealing out your options whenever present. And that's just the kind of player we're dealing with here. Herculian try to utilize that guard point, using that new fusion change, trying to keep that lockdown, finally able to get that Mito Dipper, and gets the early wall break to try and secure whatever damage possible. And that damage on Zato is so devastating.
Absolutely, and still, after all that, locked into the corner, no opportunity to bust out just yet. Overhead connects, and bit by bit, Setchi's bleeding health here does go for, I believe, the hero burst here, believes in an opportunity to make this comeback, as Herculian is trying to get that guard point dance right into his face, and does find it in with the RC. One more pixel health standing here for Setchi, and the throw will close it out as Herculian is trying to stay alive and put one on the board.
Yeah, Setchi tried to be a hero, but ended up going 2-0, unfortunately. But thus is still in the lead with 2 points to nothing to Herculian's 0. And that's the major important factor, is how can you make good on your chances when available? Because Setchi has no resources to burn through in order to give themselves a lifeline, while Herculian is looking really sitting pretty with 50 burst and 50 meter.
Absolutely, RC to keep the pressure going. There goes that 50 meter for that wall assault. Wants to keep it extended, wants to keep him locked down here in perpetuum, ad infinitum. Because the moment that he lets Setchi go, we're going to be seeing that Eddie and Zato pressure. We're going to be seeing constant situations that he can't challenge. Just presses the sweep on the 5D attempt, and just like that, swapping over. Now, Herculean stuck into the corner. No resources to be able to get out here. Not surviving the mix-ups. You see that Eddie meter being managed so efficiently to keep this pressure going. Are we going to see the comeback as well? Amogus?
What a call out. What a call out. I don't know if you saw that. They went for Dead Fang into Leap. That was an immense call. That was an immense call out, and great awareness on their part to be able to go for an option like that. Gonna go for the Sun Void here, trying to keep them locked down, but just like that, Herculean, despite having that lead, all it takes is one mistake, and then you lead to an absolute blender of hell. Setchi gets to move on into the top 8 cut from winner's side, and Jesus Christ, they're playing at 100 miles an hour.
Absolutely. Herculean knew that they had to close it out. They had to constantly go for these resets, right? Not build up too many resources on the side of Setchi to be able to challenge and, you know, set up the massive pressure to be able to close out for a win here. But unfortunately, there was a slight slip up. And the moment that he went for a 5D, just one thing to change up, maybe just get that last hit in, Setchi immediately took the chance, sweeped him out, swapped over to the side, and said, like, you're going to hold this forever.
Yeah, but as we are nearing our conclusive end, I would like to say one last thing before we head off and, you know, transition to the next crew of commentators who will take up the role and keep up where we left off. I would like to say once again, thank you to Ice and to SaltyEU for allowing me on the commentary booth, allowing me to yap on the mic, as I'm aptly known in my community as the Yapatar. But again, if you guys are interested in hearing my voice on comms, I am quite active on Discord. I am also making sure to put my hat in the ring every now and again. But more so than anything, thank your TOs, thank the competitors for coming through, and also claim those Matcherino codes while we have been kind of slacking on that, but please claim those Matcherino codes. All you have to do is just log in with any login of choice, claim those codes, free money for the cash pot, and it takes nothing more than 1, 2, 3, and you're done for the day.
Absolutely.
But in any case, though, it's been real. It's been fantastic.
We got one more game.
Yeah. Oh, we got one more game.
Yeah, we got one more game. We're swapping after Zando versus Cuenca.
Ah, I see. I thought we were done.
No, you read half the message.
Yes. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I forgot SaltyEU likes to do one match for the commentators who have been leading up to this bracket side. I appreciate it. NA Education, fuck y'all. Screw y'all. I'm not taking this, bro. Deck has already called me the invader, bro. Like, this is not fair. This is not fair.
All right, so we've been talking about Zando for a minute now here. We've been talking about the Cubers man, we've been talking about the man, but now we see the Sin come out into Cuenca here. So definitely interested as to why the Sin pick is coming out, but so far seems to be working pretty nicely, being able to challenge.
I mean, it is early going, but I think just the added addition of a reversal definitely is going to make things a little bit more problematic for Cuenca. I definitely am going to be watching and eyeing very critically how people get hit by high-low, because I still to this day don't understand it. Bison.
Fair enough, I guess. It's just one of those things. But strong start here for Zando. I don't know if we saw the car barrier come out from him that I've been seeing on Twitter lately, but very strong opener and also a strong closer. Zando first round.
All right, here we go again. Zando does get that first round, does get that first blood. They are a very strong player in their own right. You've always got to be careful of what options they're going to present, as they are very proficient in quite a few characters. Ramethal being one of the most notable ones, but lately Zando being very proficient with that Asuka up until he got nerfed, deciding to make the switch, maybe having a character crisis.
Crisis be damned, this man is cooking. It's like just as soon as Cuenca gets an opening, is immediately challenging back for it, using that Sin backdash to try and avoid. So far, great air-to-air fishing, gets that pickup, goes into the RTL. Is it close enough to get that wall break? We'll see. Should be.
Yeah, just able to get that distance is so huge. That could have been disastrous if they had dropped right then and there. But so far, Zando is comfortably in the driver's seat. They're going to use that deflect shield to get that 6P as well, recognizing the trajectory of Cuenca's movement. And so far, this is good for Zando, because even if they had dropped the game, they probably are more adept at probably just trying back to their old ways of Ramethal. But them having a game on the board does allow them that comfort seat to be able to just play it out again and just, you know, test the waters some more. Cuenca still got to play around these options. By the time they have to do the character swap, it might be too little too late.
You know what it could also be is the fact that Ramethal is still bugged, and being a true competitor at heart doesn't want to play under those conditions.
Probably. I mean, I myself wouldn't as well. I probably wouldn't be playing the patch much as a result, or competitively at least. But in a case like this, right, it's one of those situations where while competitive integrity is being maintained, which I appreciate and respect, at the end of the day, as long as it's not actively breaking the game's like systems and core system, or just actively cheating in any case, I don't think that Zando playing Ramethal would be a disastrous event. I think it'd just be more so annoying than anything.
Yeah, it's fair. But so far right now, both players kind of tussling at each other, and now Cuenca getting very close to that kill. RC for the extension, gets that wall split, and that will do it. So Cuenca putting one on the board, seeing if they can make Zando bleed and tie up the set here.
If you can make a god bleed, then the people will cease to believe in them, and that's the kind of player we're dealing with. Zando is a very regular super major top 8er, and more than anything is one of the strongest players to really come out of this game and just really put on a tear for a good amount of the scene, like making top 8 recently, or top 6 even for this year's EVO, just doing a fantastic job on the Asuka.
100%. It's his name that's on the current announcements, by the way. And Cuenca, not deterred by the fame and fortune of Zando, is actually putting on the work right now, getting close to that finishing blow to be able to close out and tie up the set here. YRC to gain the control back, and with that back throw will close it out and bring it to a 1-1.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right, where it's like, and in many cases, right, people talk about like, oh, they're just another player, right? Like, just play the game. Some people just get caught up in the fact that, you know, you're playing a top player. Some people get nervous. I mean, I myself kind of been in the position where it's like, oh shit, I'm playing against a top player, gotta lock in. But then there are times where you just play the game, and we have the character swap, where you have that, having that mentality of just, oh, they're just another player. It's another player to get through. That's the kind of mentality you need to have against a top player, right? It doesn't matter who you're playing against. They're just another player that you have to fall in order to make it to the next stage.
Absolutely. We are seeing that swap into Ramethal right now. So far, not a lot of success coming up, but you see the first challenge immediately. Cuenca knows the situation, knows about this character, will be bursting straight away to claim that control back, but unfortunately the sword likes to stay active, so that does mean a pickup here for Zando into those record loops.
Yeah, getting that damage up while it's there, just gonna finish up where you left off. But not a lot of damage as well, despite the fact that it has immense corner carry. The big thing around here is the reward off the wall break rather than the damage itself. The reward was the positive bonus, but despite the fact that they were able to get so much going for them, it's it's Cuenca who's able to get the first blow and get the first real bloodshed round and able to get the first round going for them, as we keep seeing the potency of that S Bajaneta just doing work.
Absolutely. Going to be seeing the burst, trying to slam him down to the ground. Stroke getting right in there. Empty dash into low. The pressure keeps building. Pressure keeps extending. Nice 6-speed challenge. RC for the extension and gets that side swap built up as well.
Yeah, it gets a lot of damage, but that's a lot of resources on the side of Cuenca. Despite positive bonus, right, you still got a lot of meter to burn. You got to wait quite a lot of time just so you can get your burst back.
And Defect Shield will be connecting here, but unfortunately this Cuenca that's right there in that range. Both players taking that throw. Dashes in immediately, but that sword, it just likes to stay active. Unfortunately, Zando facing the wrong way, but just dashes in with that, I believe, an overhead, and will be tying up the rounds.
Yeah, again, like Ramlethal being this season's scapegoat. And there we go. We see another combo breaker, another like situation where for some reason, right? This is like a case of season 1 Happy Chaos, right? You win off your opponent bursting.
So like, oh, word? Sent to full screen, or in this case, my sword stays active through the situation. Zando going to be closing it out with a perfect, bringing it to 2-1. So one more game to keep the advance going on their winner's run.
What's even worse too is like, I'm like, as much as I would like, the initial idea is for to ban Ramlethal as a character because of the way that this works, I feel like the problematic aspect of that is that banning the character off of the fact that Bajanetto is bugged would ultimately kind of be different in comparison to like, oh, they can play the game however they want because of this one move. But the problem I have with it is the fact that while it does remain to be a very present issue at the moment, the problem I have with banning the character as a result of this move is that it's a heavily necessary move for Ramlethal. It's kind of embedded in her kit to need to use it. So to lock her out of that move would kind of be detrimental to her.
I don't even think they're talking about banning the move, just ban the character. The character's bugged.
That's what I'm saying. Banning the character because of this move. Like the move is so bugged. I understand the idea of like wanting to lock her out, but I feel like this is a different case. But overall, it's the fact that this character could do so much, like do some decent damage. It locks away one of her core weaknesses of like corner carry, her pickups and whatnot. It's a very problematic situation. So it's like, it's a very wait and see moment. I'd like to give it time before I decide that this may be the course of action.
Well, this will be fixed in due time. They already said it's a bug and they're looking for a fix. And so far, we're seeing Zando comfortably make nice use of that. We see the record pressure driving them all the way into the corner here. And also going to be getting that wall break to boot.
Yeah, that Bajanetto, I mean, we talk like despite the bug, right? We still got to consider the other core aspects of why that move is so good now is the fact that the ability to guard crush, the ability that it sets up the high-low situation, and the fact that Zando was making good use of those Bajanettos despite the bugs, right? There's still the strength and the awareness of how to utilize Bajanetto to its absolute best. And who else but Red Ditto and Zando, who are like consistently some of the best Ramlethal players to do it. SQ also being in that list, but more so than ever, Red Ditto and Zando placing super high in the super majors as well. SQ, a very prominent, very strong player, but I feel like in the conversation of like strongest Ramlethal players, I feel like Zando and Red Ditto have to be put on the forefront of that list.
Absolutely. Now, this was our final game, so I don't know if you want to do your whole goodbye speech again.
Nah, I think people already know, but I feel like if it's okay with Ice, if I could just let them know just what yokai is all about, if it's perfectly okay with Ice.
Probably it's your time to chill.
Yeah. So currently in the month of November, we kind of are on an off period at the moment, but I will be stating that if you are looking for EU brackets or EMEA related brackets, we are working towards getting that sorted out. We do have brackets on Tuesdays. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing anything this month, but in general, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. CEST time, if you guys are interested, that will be a bracket available to you. However, yokai, we'll welcome you wholeheartedly. We do appreciate all the hard work of everybody who comes through and says hello. But in general, we're gonna be in an off period, so you guys won't have to worry about us too much competing with one another. But I like the competition. I like the friendliness we have with it, the camaraderie with this community, and I appreciate EU for welcoming me on the mic because you guys have been a fantastic community and scene to really commentate as well as host for. Very prim and proper, very tightly knit, and more so than anything, it's always just entertaining watching y'all play because there's never really a consistent theme with y'all. Y'all are always varying it up, very different every time I see the bracket. The only consistency I see is the players. But other than that, there's always something new to look forward to, and I appreciate that variation in philosophies in comparison to NA, which is a very brawlic, very aggressive region. So it's been great. It's been fantastic. I'll be seeing you guys next time whenever I get back on the mic.
Absolutely. As for my side, guess who's not on break on November? It's Zero Fundamentals. We got an offline edition coming on the 24th. This one is gonna. You just talked about how chaotic EU is. We're going to be running a chess bracket amongst a bunch of other random games this time around. It's a community, not funded, but community-run experience. So a bunch of people stuck their hand up to run a different game, and then we're going to see how many people are going to be pulling up for that. So there will be a chess bracket amongst other things. So definitely check us out if you are near the Netherlands area. Would be nice to have you pop over. We are in the center of the Netherlands, 10 minutes walking from the central station. So that is a banger. Other than that, there is Button Check at the end of the month, going from the 29th to the 1st of December. They got all the gears. They got Blazblue, they got Tekken 8, and they got Street Fighter 6.
Blazblue.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Yeah,
I
my
love
game.
Blazblue. Yeah, I like Central Fiction. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a Hakumen main in that.
I'm a refugee here. I only really play Blazblue. I've barely put any hours into Strive. That's the funny thing. But enough about that. Other than that, yeah, there is my social there. Also, you can follow Zero Fundamentals, or on Twitch it's Zero Fundies. So definitely check us out. And with that, we'll be handing it over to Napso and Lapsus to take it over for the rest of the bracket.
Yeah, don't forget those codes though, ladies and gentlemen. They still exist. And while we are gone, that doesn't mean that the codes are either. So please be sure to claim those while you can. In any case, thank y'all for having me. Take care.
So yeah, is it time to take over? How we doing, everybody?
We are doing fine. We're doing fine. Enjoying this new version of Strife. All the mess, all the shenanigans, all the everything that's already happening. But hey, it is our duty to continue playing and enjoying life. Man, we have a very nice tournament already.
So we're gonna have Setchi versus Wrathgazer. So we're gonna see Potemkin. How do you feel about the new Potemkin? Because I am hearing a lot of stuff about the pots.
I mean, except everybody dooming it over again and again and again, several times. Well, we'll need to see, guys. But yeah, it's not a pleasant situation for Potemkin players.
Yeah, Potemkin is. I mean, some people say he became more efficient damage-wise, but like the character, the spice is gone from the character. Oh, we are rotating through the pictures. But yeah. Oh, Wrathgazer just won. Oh, cool. So yeah, that's what I mean. Like the Potemkin, like the damage is there. The character is not dead. Just the just the identity is dead. It's like
yeah, but I don't think that the identity of just go for Kara and we will do everything. Okay, what?
yeah.
Just putting a yapping cat over your portrait just to cover.
Nah, that's the picture that I sent to Asuka the first time. Yeah, perfect.
Well, I mean, Potemkin losing Kara, it's a lose-lose situation for Potemkin. Yes, was it needed? I mean, I don't think anybody likes to be potbuster from more than far/slash range. So, yay! But I know that they are dooming and that they didn't give anything worthwhile to compensate. But hey, welcome to Arxis.
Welcome to Arxis balancing, I guess. Yeah, but I would say that the armored podbuster at first, like when you see it in the trailer, you're like, oh my god, what the fuck did they do? But seeing it play out in the game, it's like it's okay because he kind of lost different stuff. Like the whole mind games was podbuster now are kind of different. Now you just like as Potemkin, you need to find gaps, and a lot of people are now kind of can get unexpectedly broken by podbuster because like you don't expect him to come out because of the block stun, but here comes the armor, and yeah, you're just gonna die. And Setchi, the Zato, is it still Zato-1? Because like, I mean, he got back the whole shenanigan was the what I want to say was the shark command grab, getting all the stuff back, the 80 gauge.
If
But
you
besides
found,
that, yeah,
okay, I to be fair, I didn't even realize that Zato got changed because one of the first time I haven't heard anything about that character, but we're already onto the game and Wrathgazer is already on defense. He's just putting all that pressure in. Oh, good opening. Keep it on, make it go. And there's the Sunboy. Oh yeah. Oh, the other change, the other change on Zato, Sunboy, they nerfed that.
oh yeah, kind of. Oh, here we go, Wrathgazer. Finally, YRCing out of the eddy pressure. Oh no. Here we go with the changes. Not enough distance, just the backdash saving Setchi.
And another Sunboy still not able to kill. Potemkin strong.
There is a burst, but no, chip damage gonna just finish Potemkin.
Yeah. And still, yeah, and at that point it was not worth to go for burst. Maybe earlier, but at that point not even close.
There is always like the mindset, let's go gambling and you can press burst there, but like, come on. Yeah, Wrathgazer is not like this.
Well, we are saying that now, we'll need to see later.
Just wait a bit, right? As as our resident American said, players are very not inconsistent, but like very different playstyle wise. And very wild. No, but still, for good old regular eddy pressure. Still, Wrathgazer needs to come out to something again, using the YRC defensively. But just Setchi running away, and 80 meters back, and here we go again.
Exactly. Oh. It was like the opening, not good enough, too much distance. And Brad is just standing there trying to...
Oh, the cheek!
Yeah, but...
killed the Zando.
And now another yellow. Brad still clinging onto that burst.
But the situation is now you gotta avoid the slide head because you can just die to it. Now it deals damage, so you need to like jump back or backdash it or something. Oh, the cheeks are just crushing it. What are you doing, Wrathgazer?
Yeah, those are
already.
Yeah, big cheeks. But Setchi's putting another offense, and yeah, at that point there's a limit on how much you can defend against Zato. Setchi taking that first game.
Revill is a projectile. Yes. At least it behaves as a projectile in the game. Like the it dies to Gold Lewis's minigun, it dies to Nago clone, and you can like flick it as Potemkin. This is a really funny matchup. Well, now in season 4 it is, because there are some changes that makes it a different direction, but now the sandwich mix and just pressing the burst to avoid Oki in this crazy setup. Oh, what a catch!
Yeah, raw hit knuckle, getting the catch. But Setchi is just able to just backdash, get the distance. Eddie is back in the middle, it doesn't matter, just keep the distance going. But oh, what a beautiful flick from Wrathgazer. And now, oh, the pseudo Carapod buster with
the pixel
purple
in OTG.
Oh. Yeah. No, you have it. This is Carapod buster at home. You just need to spend half a bar of meter.
Now it's a pay to win. Carapot Buster with meter. Okay, there is still burst for Setchi. Okay, forward Mega Fist. Now slide head, gonna get blocked. Drill into the Roman cancel to set up. Oh, not quite enough to kill. Again, the YRC Setchi not blocking those for now.
Almost getting that full combo, but that is in such low life. Setchi is just an
There is
opening
not
one
enough
hit.
meter
Yeah.
to and there's not enough meter to FD everything. Even if you block all of the high-low mixes, there's still not enough meter to just run away from Chipp.
And
Not
there's a
quite
limit
enough
of how
distance
much
for
you
the
can
5D.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Command Grab for Setchi. A decent amount of damage. Deflection opted for Wrathgazer, still going for the full burst. Setchi responding on a burst of his own. Beautiful combo, there's the wall stock, and immediately going for the Among Us this time. Well, already a full bar of Eddie, therefore just go for the
Just more damage, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We'll get Amogus out. There is burst for race, so
That's not going
is
to
there
be
gonna be a
used.
chance to use it? Yeah. Even though it's the next screen, there is a safe jump setup. Oh, here we go, just interrupting Eddie into the Gigantor. Now let's see the slow approach of Potemkin, the slow march. Oh, here we go, here's the chance.
Yeah.
Now Setchi needs to be real careful.
Oh. Good approach on the air, by Setchi. Waiting to the last possible moment to press the edge. Putting themselves 2-0 over Wrathgazer already. Yeah. Hey, we've seen a good amount of the repertoire of both Kyler and I'm more importantly enjoying the way that Wrathgazer is tackling with the changes done to Potemkin.
One thing we haven't seen from Wrathgazer, well, to be fair, there was not a chance to show it off. The 6H loops on Potemkin on the wall, like they do a lot of damage, but they're quite silly to look at it.
Whenever Potemkin do loops on the wall, they always look silly, but the damage is 100% real. Like Setchi already sending Wrathgazer in a very low life. And continuing
YRC now it's gonna get blocked. Finally Setchi reading the timing of the YRC and fully punishing it. Now it's a set point for Setchi, and Wrathgazer needs to come up with something real quick. Okay, here we go, the gold burst, the EMEA special.
Yeah, it just started, and again! Another cara at home! Bend that half bar! Get the cara, and then another
Buster again! Is it enough to
Yeah,
kill?
that's a
Wait,
that's
the
a
wall
kill.
break.
That's a kill with the wall, yes. Okay. Most
What a
efficient
speed
use
run.
of a most efficient use of a full bar of butter. Carabuster are seen the hit for the hit knuckle. Beautifully done. But now Setchi
Blocking the
no
5D.
boost.
Oh, what a backdash! It's a chance for Wrathgazer to equalize the scoreboard. Just one pot buster away.
Oh,
What an air grab into the 5D.
what
This is-
a read.
This is like three correct guesses in a row from Wrathgazer. Just reading the situation perfectly.
Yeah, I especially like the air grab because we've seen Setchi just jump in those busters, and now that say, nah, you are not doing this to me again. Nope, you are not. Air grab sealing the deal. 2-1 for still 2-1 for Setchi, but this game is heating up good.
Now both players showed their adaptation, with Setchi doing the blocking the YRCs from Rice, and Wrathgazer just catching all these jump outs from Setchi. Oh, what an unfortunate counter! Immediately forced to spend the burst to avoid the wall damage.
Oof, but now again, another combo going inclusive to the command grab. RC trying to catch it up or to reset the frame, but doesn't matter.
Again,
Yeah,
the
he catch.
YRC. What a catch into the Amogus, and now again, Wrathgazer not in the best type of situation. There's not enough meter to FD the drill, so it's gonna chip away at your health. And now you're just forced to hold both hands. Oh, find the flicker.
Okay. Luckily for Brad, there was not enough AD meter for Setchi, but now the first AD is lethal, and it is again Setchi, another set point, another chance to go to winners finals.
Oh.
Brad is not going to make it easy.
Just Potemkin just trying to catch Zato in the air, but it's just shoes are too heavy, dumpy is too big, not jumping high enough.
No.
And into the crazy mix. Nobody's blocking that, let's be real. So
Yeah.
Wrathgazer are gonna get hit and wall broken.
No one. But now Brad trying to go to the offense, but Setchi big just good, very good defense, very clean. On their side, another Sunboy trying to keep the pressure going, and it is forcing the last possible burst from Wrathgazer. We need to see if they get another one, but it is not looking good for them.
And again, forced into the corner and not blocking 5D. That's the game, I believe.
Oh,
Oh,
Sunboy does not that much damage. Probably a Morphus, but Sunboy is not enough. Another Reflection trying to bite those last moments, but that hit tackle was too ambitious. Setchi just blocks it, and that's offering yourself to any punish. And just a couple of jabs is more than enough. Setchi 3-1 over Wrathgazer, going into winners finals.
Yeah, it's still not over for our Potemkin. There is still lower half of the bracket, and Setchi moving on further to fight Zando, which is gonna be. Is Zando? I've seen Zando switching between Ram and Sin, right? Like trying out Sin and then switching back to Ram.
Yeah, the only match I saw of this tournament, because I was socializing a bit, touching a little bit of grass metaphorically, was Sin, then switched to Ram. We'll need to see, but for now we have a moment that loser matches are getting kinda held up. We only have 2 people ready on the first round of losers, so we need to see what are we doing. But this is a perfect time to remind everybody in the chat to go for those Machino codes. Exclamation point Machino on the chat. Go there, type it out, click it, and get those codes. It's gonna help everybody. And more importantly, we only have 16 codes remaining to be claimed. If we manage to claim everybody, that's gonna be a good amount of cash in the prize pool.
Yeah, everybody, go claim your code. Just exclamation point Macharino, I believe. It should be working. So go claim the code. We still have time. There's still like good chunk of the top 8 left. So don't forget to claim the code, everybody.
Exactly.
Also, yeah, there should be also exclamation point Discord, right? To join the community, join the tournament, see what's going on, tell people what's up.
Yeah, we have exclamation. And if you want to check the bracket and to see who else is going to go into the top 8, it's exclamation point bracket. Almost the universal exclamation points on any tournament right now. But yes, go there, claim the codes. We are still waiting a couple of games because we need to find the winner of that. Winner of Revill versus True Devil and Zato-1 versus Frankie.
Oh wait, Scarf didn't make it to top 8.
No.
Oh no, I wanted to see the rope shenanigans. I wanted to see it more.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Things happen and we are masters of our destiny, but not in a tournament. We are going in, signing up, and letting someone take the wheel because we can only pray for that, for things to go our way.
But yeah, this is definitely something new, like the lower bracket not catching up. Maybe there was a little bit of a delay. Oh, here we go. We got the first match. Zato-1 winning, scraping against Frankie 3-2. Maybe that's the reason that lower bracket has been going slower. I see a lot of 3-2 matches in the lower half.
There are a lot of 3-2s on the round of 16 matches. I mean, would be nice if we managed to get those games on stream because, man, that many 3-2s means that the games were kinda lit. But hey, it is what it is.
And this is unfortunate, yeah, that we cannot stream every game. Otherwise, the bracket would take like 10 hours.
Yeah, and it already is long, and it's already long enough for what it is because Strive can be a very long game to stream.
Oh, and we get our second pair. We got Revill making it to top 8.
Another 3-2. Almost all the games that are top 8 enters except Herculian versus Maria, everyone was a 3-2. But this means Revill versus RagingHunter and Herculian versus Zato-VaN. Those are the last components of this top 8.
So who we're gonna see first? We're gonna see Zato-1. Oh, sticking to the bookman, not going back to Zato. Like Zato-1 being like you can see it from the namesake. He is one of those old Zato players,
Yeah.
that switched immediately to Asuka after the gutting of the good old funeral of the character.
Yeah, well, at the end, if you finally find that that this new character just fits you perfectly like a glove, say, okay, I am just going to stick with that through good or bad, and just run with it.
But Asuka got a lot of nerfs, so let's see how they're gonna pilot it. I've seen Zato-1 before the nerf performing really well on this character. Let's see how they're gonna adapt to changes, especially like the super change was the spell mulligan.
Yeah, they were already doing too many demonic tutors. That was a little bit too much. There's a limit of how much you can tutor from your deck, and things need to be put onto order. But I am liking the way that Zando managed to get out of that very sticky pressure. Just
Is it vacation backlash? No, not fast enough.
Oh, beautiful DP! Countering that overhead. And oh, there's the opening for Zato-VaN. Beautiful conversion. And Herculian not going to pop burst. That was lost cause. But then,
Wait,
yeah, I mean,
Anji is Japanese.
thick and thick. I mean, you've seen those specs.
Of course, you can see like you won't argue right now. You see the man. He's very thick. Oh, call out on a grab. Just what is trying to schmix with the cancels. Now it's a cube time, I believe, from Zato-1. No, we're just going in.
Oh, super cube. Herculian, good defense, hopping the deflection, just wanting to get a little more space. But that one, relentless on the pressure. Herculian being suffocated under all those cubes and normals.
And there is also DP for Zato-1 as well. In case something goes wrong, you can just use that spell and get bailed out. But you're not gonna need it. The super cube gonna finish it. You know what's interesting? Like the way Zato-1 plays right now, the changes kind of look like. Remember how Happy Chaos was in the first season that he came out? It was like the only zoning gameplay. You just shoot from across the screen. And after the nerfs, Happy Chaos was forced to become the mix-up character, the rushdown mix-up. Now, from Zato-1's gameplay, it kind of looks like they did it the same to Asuka. You just don't chuck the cubes from the full screen. You kind of need to go in and do mix-up with your spells.
I mean, Happy Chaos already went very hard because even though that yes, they nerfed the zoning, that the mixing was already good enough with the one shots, and Zato-1 just said, okay, I can't be zoning all the time just sending bullshit, I am just gonna rush you down. Because at the end you can always do that.
But oh, yeah, and here we go. A couple of cubes chucked from across the screen. Oh. the overhead mix is gonna get caught and Super Cube gonna finish the job.
Yeah, I agree. And
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. And
But, like-
but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I am trying to see. I am seeing this game, and actually is trying very hard to open Zato-1, but that's an ironclad defense and just the pressure. Outstanding from Zato-1.
Oh, not blocking Nagiha, but not managing to extend it into the combo. Now let's go with the mixes, let's go gambling. For now, Zato-1 is kind of holding on. Oh, what a catch! There is a burst for Anji. Not quite in time to bait it, so it's successful burst, but the one connecting to the RC gonna finish it. Zato-1 doing the job.
And going very hard on it. Not letting
Zato-1
it
isn't Zato's Disterny. Well,
No,
he hasn't been on Zato for a relatively long time, right?
Yep. Even though Zato is in their name, it's no longer in their soul.
You know,
And
it's
now
like it's strange. Sometimes it's strange to see, like in Zato-1's cases, you know, it's like some YouTube channel that named itself after like one game or one thing, one activity, and then completely changes direction. And you're watching it. The name is still there, but like the character isn't.
No, it's all a relic of the past, a memory of a time that was. And now we must embrace the present and our future.
Zato-1 exchanged 80 for cubes, and now doing a really, even after the nerfs, doing a relatively good job. In the PRC from Anji. Now let's see the pressure. The butterfly into the mix, not guessing correctly this time round.
This time was a good job, and more importantly, Zato had no mana, prime real estate for Herculian, but that grab was going to nullify everything, and Herculian is now once again on the defense, spending all that tension gates and the burst gates to try to kill Zato on the verge of death, but no, to no avail. Zato just too clean on.
What a crazy sequence from both players. Like Herculian just desperately trying to do something to spin through the cubes just to get out of the corner, but Zato-1 just have perfect sequence of spells. And now I believe it's set point for Zato-1 right now. And unfortunate launch.
It's not
Okay, now
looking
let's
for
see.
Herculian.
The super cube. We haven't seen once the Mulligan super. Maybe it's like way too messed up.
Ask
The
and you shall
commentary power,
receive.
right?
Ask and you shall receive. And with that, Zato-1 putting the end to a perfect set. Very clean, very fast, very efficient on their side. 3-0, easy peasy. And job well done. That's gonna be Zato-1 against whom? Ooh, Zato-1
Well-
versus Cuenca.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting because we've already seen that the Ino got a lot of interesting sauce, the combo sauce as well, and Cuenca already adapted to it, and it's gonna be painful for Asuka if he gets caught in the mix. But it's gonna be a bit later. For now, we're gonna see Revill versus RagingHunter. Now, it's a bit of a mix-up for me. I always forget. There is Revill and there is Rezzle. One of them is a Batman player, one of them is a Tin player. And I always forget which one is who.
Rezzil is the Batman player.
Okay.
Rezzil with an S.
Yes. Thank you. Because like every time, like I commented several times both of them, and even I believe I commented them playing against each other, but like I still kind of mix them up.
Don't worry, happens to me all the time. I am not even joking.
Tiger was confused with them as well. Yep, 100%.
It happens to everybody. I trust me. I've done a good to decent to too many commentary jobs, and I still mix up people. But hey, it is what it is. It's gonna. And we said before, Revill versus Raging Thunder, Sim versus RagingHunter. Excuse me. Fuck. Sim Baiken. Baiken also received some changes. Parry got a deflect shield effect, if my memory serves me correct, and a good amount of, and another set of changes that my head cannot comprehend right now. But we are also ready.
There were not a lot of dramatic changes to Baiken. She's kind of same old, jump in, tatami, into the tether, into the schmicks, like, they're kind of still the same. But yeah, R.E.V.O doing the quick job for the first round.
I mean, yeah. Seen still being seen, just being that big gorilla. The young one, technically.
I feel like this parry changes for Baiken is one huge bait into people using more parry, trying to use more parry and just die into it. Because like, remember Ixon, like I always remember Ixon screaming at people, do not use parry, it's not good in Strife.
I mean, high risk, high reward, and people like to gamble, so...
Yep.
What can you do?
Indeed. But here we go with the schmicks. Now R.E.V.O using burst to get out of the tether. Or trying to go for some floaty chart. Floaty stuff with the jumpy. Is it gonna be enough to kill? Oh, it's a wall stick, so yeah. Just a pixel left.
Yeah, pixel left, but Revill still have full bar of half bar, but that JS, the all reliable. Works every time.
The round start goes to the RagingHunter. Now spending the burst just to keep R.E.V.O somewhat in the corner. Now here we go with the tether, and let's guess correctly, and yep. R.E.V.O didn't guess correctly first time, but DP is kind of a good answer.
DP is a good answer, Book Burst is another good one, and now Revill getting the grab, half bar of butter is available for whatever needs to be done. Oh, 6p counter hit, yeah, full, oh no, almost got in the full combo.
Oh, overhead. Now, there is one guess left for RagingHunter. Well, yeah, 6p, just gonna finish it from R.E.V.O, and the first game goes to Sim.
Yeah. Big guessing, just 6p. Damn. That never gets old. If you have any problem with this game, just 6p. 60% of the time, works every time.
There was like, what was it, like season 2 or at the end of season 2, like everybody was complaining about how easy the anti-air is in this game. Like it's 6p the game, you can anti-air anything. Like
I mean, it is 6p the game if you compare it to older Guilty Gears, but everyone needs to have its distinctive flavor.
Kabari into the time stuff. What a backdash from R.E.V.O.
And the mixes from Raging still having the advantage even though they already blew up the boost, but Revill just going the full send, getting the sweet spot on the Tyrant Barrel. And continuing on the pressure again, another wall stick, another Tyrant Barrel, another sweet spot.
But Baiken is Japanese, so she is alive and well, but you cannot get, even if you're Japanese, you cannot get hit so many times.
And especially from a quarter gear. No, technically, yeah, quarter gear. There are limits on how much your body can handle.
Oh, another into the overhead.
Yeah. What did I keep connecting? And Revill is just gonna... No! Didn't have enough bar to go for any of the supers. And now RagingHunter having a chance. Well, until the worst.
And immediately Revill just taking away the chance. Oh, we have. Hopefully, room did not explode.
Okay,
Oh
let
no,
us
all good, all good, all good.
Okay, perfect. Because if not, let us pray to Strife Earth, our overlord, to not mess this thing up.
Now,
And this time Raging going way harder on the start, but getting size of life advantage from Revill, beautiful 6 pick. This is going to be pressure. Ooh,
oh, here we
parry!
go. What a catch from Revill. Now, RagingHunter probably tried to do some back RC shenanigans with the with the backdash. Now, Kabari just not gonna touch Sin because of the 6P invulnerability. Oh, what a catch from 2S from such a range. Again, parry working out.
Yeah, and that was a...
There is a burst for RagingHunter.
Yeah,
And
there's the burst, but...
They can't spend it here, you know, because like there's not a lot of HP left, but thankfully for them, they don't need to do it. They don't need to gamble with burst.
I mean, even if they lose, if they lose, it's not good. And now that's a correct use, but Revill gets a big counter hit. That's gonna get full combo against the wall. Ah no, almost. Still trying to get another opening. The grab. Oh, and the Yozan.
Royal Zanson gonna connect. Revill just fishing with the 6Ps. And Grab gonna mess up. RagingHunter gonna eat a lot of damage for that. Is it enough to connect to the wall? Yes, it is! And Zukara Super, she's Japanese, but she's gonna die.
Yeah, there are limits on how much being Japanese can save you, even in this game, but Revill, what an aggressive round start, going for the overhead, and Raging being forced to burst. No more burst for Raging. Probably this whole game and round, because Revill is again getting that sweet spot. Raging 1000 instead.
And the perfect from Revill to finish the game.
The last chance with that parry, that was what sealed at the end. Raging a little bit too aggressive. Going for a parry, a little bit too bold. At that point, just try to defend, try to hold on. Even if it's a burning nail. That parry was a little bit too much.
And now, as we moved on to lower half of the top 8, for some reason lower half just decided to split up. We see, like, if you're gonna type exclamation point the bracket, you're gonna see in the lower half there's a bunch of 3-2s. And the first 2 matches of lower half of the top 8 are 3-0s. Which is kind of interesting.
Things happen. That's the only thing that I can say, because sometimes the magic of the bracket does its job and makes an interesting proposition to us all.
And now we're gonna see the match we were discussing previously, Cuenca versus Zato-1. Now, how good can Asuka deal against new pressure, against new damage from Ino?
We need to see, but Zando is already starting good, forcing the burst early from Cuenca.
What an aggressive round start from Zato-1, immediately just spending a lot of cubes. Not a lot of mana left, so they gonna need to refill at some point. Yep, just doing it immediately after the knockdown.
Whoa, good pick, getting another knockdown, and Cuenca is not looking good. Oh, Fortissimo is gonna connect, break The mana.
And mana shield is gone. So the Zato-1 needs to be careful. They can die right here, right now because of the wall stick. Nope, not quite enough to stick to the wall, but Cuenca just gonna take it. Off for reversal super. It dealt so much damage and just destroyed the shield. Now the full sequence from Zato-1. Cuenca just patiently blocking, but decided to probably just backdash or mashed, or I don't know how they got hit.
Yeah, that was probably not something that Cuenca wanted to happen, but something that inputs happen. And oh, Cuenca getting the counter hit, opening the mana barrier again. And now Zato-1 is at the mercy of Cuenca. Burst is gonna save him for a moment, still trying to buy time, trying to get that mana back. It's been a while, but mana is back.
Into the 3 cubes, into the triplets, into the slow cube. Is it enough the sequence? Yep, it's just enough damage. And now we got an equal number of rounds. Oh, what a round start from Cuenca, just chemical up from the round start. Now here we go with the mixed sequence from Zato-1. Here we go, the mulligan. Just burning through the first deck, moving on to deck number 3, I believe.
Yep, we are on the test case 3, the third deck, the mix-up heavy deck, and a good amount of damage onto Cuenca. Zato-1 very healthy lead.
Now it's a chance for Cuenca, not quite enough to extend the combo.
Yeah, Cuenca, good reaction on the RC because that was a very...
Oh, here we go, Musas from Eno.
Yeah, good combo, Zato-1 getting a good amount of damage. Cuenca, oh no, getting hit but the burst in a pinch, but the slow cube, the elemental one.
The cube and Zato-1 teleported behind Eno's back, and now it's a left-right mix, and the cube just killed Eno.
So we have seen an interesting matchup. Mobility of Eno is still a very exciting tool against Asuka, but probably test case 1 was still very good. You didn't even need to go to test case 3, even though we've seen a good amount of it.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Now, 6p. Is it enough to stick to the wall? Yeah, but Cuenca, we're not gonna know because Cuenca gonna use the burst in this situation, blocking the overhead. Oh, shimming the throw from Cuenca. And now the full sequence from Zato-1 is gonna be painful. There's not enough meter to FD everything. And the chip damage is stacking up, it's not good. Oh, even going for the wall slumps.
Yeah, just waiting a little bit to get even more resources to just go for the super. Zato-1 at that point was like toying with the food. Zato-1 again going with the full pressure. Oh, counter for Cuenca. Let's see how much damage is able to accrue out of that.
Huge amount of counter hits from the fireball. Okay, we got the funny stuff. Just bouncing cubes, just doing the Mario route, interrupting the Eno. Now the wires are gonna get blocked. There is still burst for Eno, so Zato-1 needs to take that into account. Not gonna get baited. 6p. The dive from Eno gonna be dive into her grave probably.
Yeah, and Zato-1 big good use of that overhead spell at the end, getting the last hit. 2 for Zato-1, and I'm not seeing Cuenca being able to do a lot of things. Completely shut down as of right now. I just hope I'm wrong, but this is not looking good for Cuenca. Not even the spirit of Flamingo is capable of helping him.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Round start from Cuenca. Again now dealing with the cubes. Putting Zato-1 into knockdown situation. Now Zato-1 in the corner. Couple of IBs from Zato-1 just to like get out of the pressure. Into the chemical of RC. Now it's gonna be a wall stick, right? Yep, it's gonna be it. No heavy knockdown, so they're way back to neutral. So, oh no, mana shield right now.
Eh,
Even though you get the hit with the RC, you cannot do the spells, you cannot do the shadow wizarding.
No,
And Cuenca,
there's a limit. There is a limit on how much you can do. And now, and Cuenca managing to get another game, trying to score the full one, but oh, Zato-1 gets the opening. There's gonna be another Tekken 3 again, locked and loaded. And more importantly, the DP was shuffled, but no, because if not, that was a good chance to go for it. But the perfect sequence has been assembled. Gravity stuff, a lot of cubes. The side switch is not enough, but
oh,
what was that?
What the fuck are you doing, Zato-1? This is like, what is this? If it is a lap situation from Zato-1, they are insane clinically. They need to get locked up for this kind of shit. Because like the whole sequence was insane. Like going for the left-right mix with the overhead cubes and like the stuff and everything. This is something. It's cool to see, like the Asuka moment.
It is, but now Cuenca trying to put Zato on the corner, forcing that boost out, but now Zato-1 managing to get the counter hit. There's gonna be a good amount of damage against the wall, not enough to go for any super, but full bar of mana. Cuenca trying to get in and oh, eating the super, eating the counter hit damage, eating the cube, and finally eating the last one. Too many cubes, too many polyhedrals for Cuenca. 3-0 for Zato-1.
Just unleashing the forbidden magic, Zato-1. Just don't let this guy to get to test case number 3, guys. Just no. If it gets there, it's kind of over. From what we've seen.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the opponents, but you know what's looking good for everybody?
Exclamation point Macharino.
Exclamation point Macharino. That's the best thing that you can do for this tournament and for the players. Go there, click claim code. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just and more importantly, you don't even need to get an account with Macharino. You can just log in with any of your pre-existing accounts. I think even LinkedIn. I knew that there were some random ones. No, LinkedIn you can't, but Facebook, if you still have it, Battle.net, Line, for some reason, that I am not going to start speculating because it's either neither here or there. But hey, if you want to log in with your Line account, you can.
There is a ton of options for Macharino. Discord is like one of those, the default options a lot of people are gonna take. And we have a raid from Cuenca. Welcome. Good job in the bracket. But some of the Zato-1 sequences were insane, but you did good. You did well.
Yeah, it was a good... it was a very valiant attempt. At the end, the power of El Ducado was not with you.
We're gonna, if you're Cuenca, if you're still in the chat, like I would like to ask a small question. How was it to be on the other end of the insane schmicks in that round from Zato-1? How did it feel? Because like from my screen, what I've seen is just pure insanity. But for now, let's move on further into the bracket. We have again Wrathgazer versus Revill. I would have went. I just would have went away from the PC after the schmicks. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's also getting late, so it's understandable to get something to eat. But the regular Gazer Sim versus Potemkin, we've seen what Wrathgazer is able to do with that Potemkin. We've seen a lot of good things, and Revill Sim is already on a top-notch tool.
Yeah, Revill, Prussian and really 6p.
Oh, Very good pressure out of Revill, gets the opening against Wrathgazer middle. Yeah, there is the Tyrant Barrel. Clean hit, good amount of damage. Heavy knockdown, all the good things that you can, and oh my god, the row 5D just in case.
Again, the speedrun from Revill to end the round.
And we are talking about Potemkin, that's a lot of life.
Yeah. But the Sin is a strong boy. He can dish out a lot of damage.
Bane part gear is an advantage in this situation.
Well, when Sin first came out, he didn't do quite as much, right? Only after the Season 3 buffs.
Yeah, and it still needs to be a little bit more mature, even though I think he's technically 5. According to lore.
Now, Wrathgazer. There is burst for both players, so Revill, if they want to gamble, they can spend it right here to end if they see the opportunity.
Probably because we've seen another big of him, another big opening. I could not get that wall stock, but this time it does and gets that first win 1-0 for Revill.
Yep, correctly. Palios. Revill been on point today with the clean hit supers. Now let's see what we've already seen adaptation from Wrathgazer. So let's see how they're gonna deal with Revill right now. Oh, just trying to fish for some anti-airs.
Probably trying to fish a counter hit out of those big drivers, but Revill is the one that gets a counter hit, forcing a boost already out of Wrathgazer. Oh, but this is gonna go counter hit, but no boost already from Revill. Both players, no boost, both players enough bar to go for an attempt, and what an attempt from Wrathgazer. But the follow-up, Revill, just a ludicrous amount of corner carry.
Which means okay, Revill has been a bit too far. Hammerfall now is gonna get punished. Not quite enough to stick to the wall. Oh wait, no, it's enough. What am I talking about? Another game. Let's see. There is almost burst for Wrathgazer. They're probably gonna, like 90%, they're gonna save it for the next round. Now the round start. Revill been in control of the round start for quite a while now, I believe. Like,
Yeah.
Wrathgazer couldn't catch the good round start for a while.
Certainly looks at that way, and ooh, Revill still getting advantage out of that failed DP. Wrathgazer managing to at least get that burst in, but Revill is gonna punish it again on the corner already, and Revill is just smelling blood.
Couple of trades. Now, Slidehead, just don't forget, Slidehead is doing damage right now. Oh, what a jump out from Revill. Into the 6 speed now, closing in into the wall, and here we go with the schmicks. Should be enough to kill.
And with that last schmicks, Revill 2 over Wrathgazer. Not as much as a speedrun as the first game, because it's Potemkin, but still. Revill is putting pedal to the metal, non-stop aggro.
Challenging Hammerfall, it's kind of a gamble. If you don't really challenge Hammerfall if Potemkin has meter, so because he can just cancel into the grab and you're just gonna die. But if Pot doesn't have meter, you can challenge it in some situation depending on the character.
I mean, if Potemkin doesn't have meter, just block it. You are positive in comparison. It's the easier way to deal with it. But now back into the game. Both players no burst, half bar of meter in a moment for Wrathgazer, and there it is.
trying to come back with some mega fish shenanigans after the RC. What a backdash, but the Revill continues to KTD sequence and catches them.
Oh no! Punish into that slide head and Revill is just gonna clean it. Set point for Revill.
Man, the matches in the lower half of the top 8 have been so fast, from Zato-1 and Revill being so clean.
I would say the matches of this top 8, at least the ones that we are doing, the ones that we are casting, 3-1, 3-1, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. And this one is already going in that direction.
Oh, Mega Fist, but not extending the combo, probably not like a lot of opportunity to get damage from there. RTL.
Right the lining at home, gets the wall break, positive bonus and all that jazz for Revill. Already half bar spent it, getting the last opening. Oh, could not finish it, and the dash is not there. Oh,
Last chance.
that's
Like
a
the combo,
kill.
let's see the combo.
No? Damn, big
Positive
boy.
And the schmicks, and yeah, you're not blocking that. After the sequence, there's like high-low mix, and you just need to guess. There's nothing really you can do without the resources. And again, clean 3-0 from Revill against Wrathgazer.
Yep.
Now it's gonna be interesting. Both players are just being speedrunning the lower half. And let's see who's gonna come out on top. Zato-1 being very clean with the spell sequences, with the whole Shadow Wizard money gank stuff. And Revill just being very on point with the clean hit supers.
But first of all, we need to go to winners final, because we can't let those lads cool down even more. We need the winners finals, and we need those very juicy games. Setchi versus Zando, and that is right now presenting Sin. As long as we, as long
yeah.
as Revill hasn't left, and because I don't remember the avatars of everybody. As long as the one that's on the battle station is not Revill, that's a Sin ready to go.
Oh, we're gonna know anyway in a couple of minutes. So yeah, but I don't remember this being Zando's avatar, right? I believe it's
My
Revill's,
point.
no?
Yeah, that's why I said it. That my point is, I don't know. I can't remember everybody's avatar.
We're just gonna spy a little. I'm opening up the Zando stream right now, and it looks like it's his avatar.
Ooh.
Yes, it is. Yes, and so we're probably gonna see Zando playing Sin Game 1.
Sorry, I was reading some. I was reading a very interesting thing. I play a certain card game for fun, and we were due bans today, and they just dropped. And there was a card that was in everybody's chopping block because it was very toxic, or make games go way too late. It was an interesting card, but what can I say? It was something, okay? And out of the three colors that they could got, only could blue and then another one. Interesting. Well, if you know what I mean, Fab just banned blue, yellow, blue, Count Your Blessings, and High Octane. That last one is, I am sorry, area that plays Max. You got destroyed. But hey, it happened.
Yeah.
If you know, you know, and if you don't, well,
It is what it is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sorry about the last ramble onto the random things that this humble guy likes.
Okay, so now, what we're gonna expect from Zando versus Setchi. So Zando opted into Zando is already locked into the Sin. So we're probably gonna see at least how many games do you think Zando will stick to Sin?
One. One if
Exactly
he loses.
one, right?
One if he loses. That's my point. I mean, I think. Oh wow.
Oh, are we gonna take out the nuke right away, or not?
I know. I wasn't looking at the screen. I was still looking at the vans. Sorry about that. They took a lot of cards out of very strange places. Sorry, I knew that this is not the thing, but take into account that we still have to make time, and Setchi is somewhere over the rainbow where the sky is blue.
How's Maturina doing? How many goals do we have left?
We have 11 codes remaining, so go there, claim the code, exclamation point Maturina on chat. 11 clones only, and we have 3 games to go. So, you are running out of time to claim those codes, and now Setchi has finally entered the room, and we are ready to rock. And we'll need to read this later, because this is interesting.
Oh, just Setchi just bullying Zando out of the player 1 spot.
I mean, it's technically Xander's choice if he wants to go first. Higher seeded player, but hey.
Oh wait, station, please work.
No, Strife Earth, we implore you.
Okay, let me open the chat. Maybe there is something going on there. Hopefully not.
No, it's not much. Not much about nothing. And no, we are Strife Earthing. We are Strife Earthing. Disbanding the room. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. Strife Earthing coming. Remember, everybody, Strife Earthing coming. Another room has been created. Wow. Strife Earthing coming. Snapso, you are looking at the screen, right?
Yep, I'm looking at it.
It's not looking good.
Oh no.
Striver.
We just need to start to pray to our Lord and Savior Daisuke. Please, everybody, take out your little portraits of Daisuke Shibatari and just start to pray to it. Please, just strive. Please, just work.
Yeah, please strive, let us work. Even though it's technically just mashing, but that's not looking good. Why are you searching for the room?
Oh.
Ah, okay, it's been created.
Welcome.
Ooh,
Okay,
classy. Now that's a classy room, Isk. You should learn about everybody else's room and start decorating a little bit your own.
Oh, we got yeah, we got an aquarium.
Okay.
We got a piano right at the entrance.
Why not?
And 80 is just chilling in the corner, looking sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little sad that Eddie could not play that much, but now Eddie is now going to go out and play from the hand of Setchi.
So there was a ping issue, I believe. That's why we are remaking the room.
Pretty much. Almost 300 ping for Zando. It's not really playable.
Not optimal, as we say in the business, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can technically play, but yeah, it's not optimal. But now we are in game, and Setchi getting the first hit already, putting Zando on the board. Oh, beautiful DP.
hit to KTD. Now, oh wait, I almost blacked out and forgot that it's not Revill versus Zato-1. it's Zando versus Setchi. So like I was like a couple of seconds away from saying that Zato-1 came back to Zato, but like it's completely different players. And
It is.
yeah.
It is.
Zando taking round 1 as Sin. Yep, the Zando Sin is real. And Zando Sin doing the job.
It is fun. And again, Zato with those DPs from Sin completely on point, and Setchi eating all of
Is
those.
it enough to wall break? No, not quite. One hit away from the wall break.
Okay. I'm liking those deflects. And Setchi can get a moment of respite, but after that, immediate offense from Zando. Again, another wall break.
Setchi keeping out Zando, but there is a burst for the emergency. Now it is back, and here we go with the Schmicks. Zando, what Zando was doing? Oh, reversal RTL, what a catch!
Indeed, a big catch and going for the big explosion at the end. Pending all that bar of butter, just saying no, I am the one.
So yeah, already prediction is kind of wrong. So Zando winning the first game is Sin. Setchi still not forcing Zando to switch to nuclear weapon as we know season 4 RAM. Oh, Zando, was it a miss input just using the deflect shield in the air, or maybe they tried to do something fancy in the air, who knows. But for now, we get the full sequence. It's a wall break.
It is very much indeed a wall break, hard knockdown, and Setchi is not enjoying this game.
Oh, they are not happy at all. Just stepping away from the round start and to KTZ into the wall stick. Thank God there is no like season 3 heavy knockdown from 50% burst meter. Otherwise it would have been miserable.
Yeah, there would have been a little bit too much, but now Setchi is gonna go for the sample, replenish Edir, all the good stuff that sample give you, and a wake up RTL that's gonna get bopped. But oh, beautiful 6P again, not letting Setchi play the aerial game, and the burst cancelling the Titan barrel. But Zando is still not done. Counter hit for Setchi, burst out of Zando. And now Setchi managing to catch that Sin. But still not enough.
Wait, is it enough recovery? Yep, it's enough recovery to get blocked. But a bit early, Setchi being a bit early with the grab. Oh. DP, oh, the secondary hit was not blocked, and the overhead gonna kill the round and the game for Zando. 2-0. Zando and Sin doing the job. No need to get out with the nuclear weapon.
Duel 1.
Round start. Round start from Zando was wild, but Setchi is forced to burst on this one. Big driver. Gonna carry Setchi all the way back to the corner, but Setchi doing a good job getting out. And back to a different corner we go! Said Zando. Sin is one of those characters that can just carry you from wall to wall from any hit.
Yeah.
And here we go with the sandwich. Now there is no burst for Zando, so they're gonna eat the full damage. Again, couple hits away shy from the wall stick, and Amogus should do the job. Now finally Setchi on closing to the putting 1 on the scoreboard. Now here we go with the standard mix from Sin, and Setchi huge jump out to put Sin in the corner.
Now, Setchi managing to still gain a little bit more space, tagging Zando, putting it into the corner, okay, but put another good one, but oh, that DP, the follow-up, managing to catch Setchi, and Zando just going to go for it, nope, back throw incident. Oh, big catch for Setchi.
What a call out. Now, there is a full meter for Sin, so Setchi needs to be a bit careful with the reversal RTO, as we've seen Zando not shying away from it. And they can even be... Oh no! Setchi got clipped!
And more importantly, the explosion also just trying to cash in the damage, forcing Setchi to pop the burst. Okay.
R.E.V. stopping the advance of Sin. YRC just enough distance, but the 5P gonna take the trade. And 1 on the scoreboard for Setchi.
Finally breaking the tradition of just going from 3-0 from 3-0. At least this one can shape up to be a 3-1.
Oh, Zando sticking to Sin, not switching immediately to Ram. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's good because they already won 2 games, and the rest of the set is winnable on Sin. So why not put more practice into the new character?
I agree. Oof, and that is already paying off. Setchi forced onto defensive duty, forcing the burst already. Okay, 2K2D, the follow-up is good. The side is a little bit wonky, but doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, we're still in the corner, but different one, but still in the corner.
Yeah, that was a little bit wonky at the end. Too many interactions. Oh, another beautiful DP out of Zando. I'm just trying to get those big drivers on.
But the Pierce just trading with the big driver.
Yeah, invite to hell. Being ringing true to their word. Catching the standing and now, that counter hit, that confirmed, easy job.
That point for Zando. Oh, just Eddie's little hands, the silly little guy just interrupted him. Just enough distance now. There is no Eddie gauge for Setchi, so they are a little bit in trouble. Oh, there's so much damage. There's still burst for Setchi, but they're just gonna use the gold burst. I was gonna say Zando will probably be a bit burst safe in the route, but just immediately burst from the new screen should do the job. Oh, what a sequence from Setchi.
Yeah. That was a very well executed sequence, and not even jumping can save you from that area. And that is last sandpoint, not managing to catch Zando, doesn't matter. That was a complete mess of a game that was so black that I couldn't even see it, but complete mess, very beautiful. Setchi glowing back, trying to make this game go to 2-2.
I'm just gonna call out Ice a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't fire me on the spot. What you see on a stream, on a Twitch stream, is way better than what we see on the Discord.
Yeah, it's lagged as fuck, fragmented as fuck. I still don't know how we can manage to watch everything, and now Ace is changing the servers. Let's see if this is going to work a little bit better, and almost we are seeing Zando getting a big counter hit onto Setchi, and Setchi, the teleport not good, another counter hit, but Zando can't confirm perfectly. The grab is good, the pressure is still good, against the wall, tied up barrel, not a clean hit, and Setchi still lives.
Oh no! the DP gonna finish the job. Zando sticking with the Sin and finishing the job 3-1. And now Zando gonna wait in the winners final for their next challenger, and we're gonna switch now to the losers semifinals. Revill versus Zato-1.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody just saying that the game sucks, and well, it's the game that we decided to play.
Well, let's be real. Strife is kind of in the face of getting old, right? Like, it's not a new game anymore. Like we are already in season 4 of the game, so stuff will get wonky. Stuff will get a little bit silly. So yeah, it's just we are in this weird in between. We don't know what Arx is doing in general. Are they doing the new game? Are they developing more for Strife? Are they changing Strife? Like, there's still no new news about what Arx is planning in the future for now.
No, it's still a complete mystery on what's the next step on Axis, because remember, everybody, no Blazblue. Strife is in there, and they are keeping Fighter in maintenance mode, still sending a patch once in a blue moon. So I still don't know what they are doing, but I hope they are cooking something to keep us entertained.
And Zato-1 versus Revill. Now, the Revill doing a good job swatting away the cubes. Okay, now Zato-1 gonna find themselves in the corner. Revill investing the burst just to keep Zato-1 in the corner, and Zato-1 using it immediately just to get out now, blocking the overhead. Okay, here we go. Here comes the damage from Asuka.
Good one. Oh, but the big driver breaks the big bulky cube. The clean hit was too far from the wall to give enough damage, but doesn't matter. If you break the wall, the mana shield, you break Asuka. Revill throwing first blood on this series.
Oh wait, Zato-1, yeah.
Just spamming at the corner. Oh, but letting Revill escape.
Into the 6p. Now the GP gonna work out against the jump in from Zato-1. Overhead now gonna get blocked. And it's a wall break with the heavy knockdown. What a good job from Revill with the clean hit.
More importantly, Revill has no endurance gauge. Now it's going to regain at least 1. The offense can be started, and that is the follow-up, but no more until the endurance is recharged. Not something that we usually see, because there's the space, but doesn't matter. Revill gets the first 1-0 for now. We are on the verge of still going with the same structure as before, 1-3-1 or 3-0, because we can.
Zato-1 being a bit more patient on the round start, just jumping away. Here we go. The offense from Revill is activated now. Zato-1 is forced to block in the corner, and they don't really have a good spells and no way to refill them for now. And they're quite low on mana, so they need to be careful. If mana shield is broken, they need to recover it relatively fast, because Sin will do a lot of damage to you without the mana shield.
Yeah, the mana shield is the lifeblood of Asuka, and if there is no mana shield, Asuka cannot be. Good defense on Revill. managing to be relatively healthy, even though there was a good amount of cubes. Trying to get the opening out of Zato-1, but can't break that defense open. Now there's the grab, but look at the mana, he's getting very low.
And different problem, there are no spells in hand. Zato-1 needs to refill them at some point, but R.E.V.O probably not gonna give them the chance. But okay, 6P gonna finish the job.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you don't have any spells, if you can still put the very big bonk.
The book fist just stopping the advance from Sim. Oh, what a DP. Now they're gonna carry them all the way to the corner. Oh no, just shimmying a little bit too much. Zato-1 just catching them in time. And time barrel. There is still mana shield left, a little bit. Just a little bit for Zato-1. And with the overhead it's broken and it's a kill. Now let's see the sequence. There is a burst from R.E.V.L. Zato-1 trying to be burst safe, but R.E.V.L just choosing good timing to burst.
Oh, big DP getting the counter hit. And the overheads. R.E.V.L getting all those important hits, and more importantly, now it's going to break the mana shield. Still trying to get the open. There's the counter hit. The follow-up is good. And another hit. 2-0 over Zato-1.
Is it gonna be another speed run from R.E.V.L?
Maybe. At this point, difficult to say. Because things are looking spicy.
Immediately starting out the round with cubes. Very aggressive from Zato-1 this time around. Now they have finally they have DP in hand, so they have a bailout tool just to be safe.
Yeah, but the more important, you need mana to go for that bailout. The bailout works, but it's one in almost a blue moon. There is only like one or two in that first deck, and you need to draw them. So there's not gonna be any more DPs.
Oh, 3 fireballs in the hands of Zato-1, but no mana. Unfortunately, mana shield is gone, and this looks like it's gonna be R.E.V.L's round from my point of view.
Exactly, it's not looking good for Zato-1. Zato-1 was trying to go for the chip. Zato-1 managed to get everything perfectly set, and now we are going to cast Diabolic Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, and whatever more tutors that you need to set everything up perfectly for you to win.
R.E.V.L doesn't want to let go of this round, and they make a good choice, finally. They didn't want to invest that burst, but to take the round, they did.
Ooh, that's stun deeper, getting that big counter hit. Zato-1 already back to the corner. That 6P is good. The follow-up, a cube. And the pressure is going, but no, R.E.V.L gets another counter hit. Zato-1 still having burst. R.E.V.L trying to bait it as good as they can. There's the burst. Now, mana is going to get back in a moment. There is the mana.
You know what we failed to mention? It's a set point for R.E.V.L.
If R.E.V.L wins, it's gonna be R.E.V.L Setchi on losers finals. Oh no!
This counter hit looks like it's gonna be sealed for... yeah.
It is 3-0. 3-0. Let the speedrun continue. What is this? The ESA?
Yeah, R.E.V.L just going full speed ahead through the lower half of the bracket. But congrats to Zato-1, doing a good job, showing off Asuka still can cook. That was close. Even though the score doesn't look like it, it was really close every game.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the games are more or less always really close. Even at this level of game, it's difficult to see a complete blowout. Not impossible, just difficult.
When it comes to top 8, it's already a lot of blowouts already filtered out. Like in the first half of the stream, we can see some very good beatings of matchups sometimes. But when it comes to top 8, even though the score is 3-0, 3-1, every game taken is very, not scrappy, but like very difficult taking point. Okay, now we're gonna have Setchi gonna go through 2 synths. They're gonna have a run back. They're gonna go through Revill and then have a run back with Zando if they want to continue. And Revill from the looks of it, Revill wants to just speedrun the bracket to Zando and show off the Sin mirror.
Exactly.
If Zando gonna give them mirror.
Probably the first game only. But do you know what also people want to see the speedrun of? The remaining codes being claimed. Only 7 more codes to be claimed.
7 more codes. Alright.
So keep on coming. Onyx, thank you. 6 codes to claim. Come on. It's not that difficult. There are only 6 codes. You just need to go to the chat. Type !Macherino. Go to the link. Log in with whatever you want. As I told you before, there are lots of options for you to log in. Go with whatever you want. Line, Microsoft, Battle.net, and everything in between. Thank you, S. 5 codes remaining. Tiger, thank you very much. 4 codes, no. 3 codes. Come on, only 3 more codes and we are done. You still have a little more time. The match is starting. We are still loading in, but you have 3 more. You only need to claim 3 more codes. When we get to 3250, we'll know that everything's done. All the codes are claimed, but now back to the game.
And what a round start from Setchi. Let's see if Revill gonna use the burst. Okay, now it's a bit too late to use the burst, and they opt in for deflect shield for now.
I need to take a water break. That was a little bit too much.
Okay, let's see. Setchi gonna keep them at a distance, just trying to zone them with 80. Now 80 gauge is gone, so it's time for Revill to get in, but 6P gonna stop that. Invite to hell into the PRC. Now let's see the Schmix and the close and the far slash.
I am liking very much the usage of that invite to hell just to punish. Especially the big driver, because that's a very long extended hoverbox, and so it's easy to do a full punish on that to get a golden, but with that, Setchi getting the first blood, and Revill trying to go for another one, but it's not looking good for him. For whatever.
Oh, Gazelle Step, as we see, it was Gazelle Step, right, from Revill? The new buff of the season 4.
God if I know.
Looked like it, so yeah, they just run into the poles and grab Setchi, and now it's first round goal. The second round goes to Revill.
Okay, good round start for Revill, putting Setchi in the corner, but Setchi already deploying Eddie and getting the hit. This is going to be trademark pressure from Setchi.
And into the sword now, it's gonna be a lot of pressure. Revill using the YRC. Now again, Setchi will. Oh, what a jump out from Setchi. Not a huge punish, but still avoiding the ulti from after the grab.
Oh! I am very much liking the way Setchi is approaching this match. Playing in a complete space denial, just Revill, I like how you play, but you can go near this area. If you go here, you are going to get counter hit or whatever, and therefore Setchi claims the first game. Yeah, that's space control. Very good.
Again, unhinged round start from Revill. Now the full sequence from Setchi. Oh no, the deflect shield not gonna work out. into the grab, into the full combo, wall break. Now there is no 80 for Setchi, but there is a positive bonus 6p again just to stop the jump ins. Okay, now it's kind of hard for now gonna be for R.E.V.O, unless they want to spend burst here, but it's ill-advised at this point because there's not a lot of HP left, there's not a lot of resources, and yeah, we're not gonna do it here, save it for the next round.
Yeah, there is no more chance. So, Revill, if they want to spend burst, they will need to do it in this round. Setchi still, with a commanding lead, gonna hit a counter hit, a full... No, there's no full wall break now, there's this one, but no hard knockdown. Setchi is going to recover the burst gauge in a moment. And Revill is still putting pedal to the metal.
Just run up overhead. What a gameplay, what an aggression from R.E.V.O. And perfect to answer for the first round. Now both players in the last round having full resources. Backdash from the frog. Now how is R.E.V.O gonna approach? And again, big jump outs from Setchi.
As of right now, Setchi is approaching with the classic patent, the trademark and the GOPD, geographical origin, the domination protection of the Zato pressure.
Positive bonus YRC again, you're not gonna get blocked by Setchi. There is almost no stamina, so R.E.V.O doesn't really have a lot of opportunity now to answer. Okay, just recovering almost most of it. And Setchi still needs to wait out for Eddie to come back. Huge air grab from R.E.V.O.
Yeah, and I will say that Setchi more or less did it beautiful, managed to wait Eddie the best way possible, and now just sending the drills. And once again, no more Eddie, but just baiting moment, but no, Revill managed to get the opening with that big driver. Setchi on the corner. It's not looking for the, and there it is, the overhead and the boot. 1-1 on the scoreboard. Revill still wanting to speedrun this a little bit.
So no speedruns at this at this point of the tournament, which is nice. We want to see more good Guilty Gear, right? Now let's see the round start. R.E.V.O being a bit more aggressive, but now taking it a bit slower. Actually taking the initiative, investing the whole edge gauge, and into the DP we go again. R.E.V.O not believing Setchi not gonna jump out this time around. Okay, what's the mix? Still no AD. Trying to bait out the burst, but R.E.V.O not seeing AD on screen. There no AD, I'm not bursting. And now the wall slumps.
The frog getting the wall break. And now Revill on the offense. Setchi receiving a good amount of hits, breaking the wall again, this time on the other direction. Run on wake up, Amor just trying to deal some damage to chip something out of Revill. Soundboy, recharge Eddie, keep the pain going, probably just try to exhaust that tension gauge at the end. More or less job done.
2p round from the start. Now, oh no, the unfortunate catch for R.E.V.O. Now they're gonna find themselves in the corner against the drill, against the Eddie. Invest in the burst just not to get wall broken. Trying to fish with something with the long reaching buttons from Sin. Now, the problem is, there's full 80 gauge, and there is not a lot of meter for R.E.V.O. YRC gonna get blocked, and now it's time. You cannot YRC Setchi more than 3 times, I believe. They gonna block it at some point after 2 times.
Yeah, there's a limit on how many times you can get out with murder. Once, okay, you can. 2, it's starting to look a little bit sus. 3 times, yeah, you are not gonna. Setchi's gonna block you, and you are not going to be enjoying that. And now Setchi is the one on probable set point. Revill, we need to win another 2 more games and bring this one to game 5. But Setchi, I don't think that they want this to go to game 5.
Setchi just kiting in the air, waiting for it to come back, and Gazelle stepping with the grab. Now the back throw incident, and it's indeed an incident. Only thing Setchi needs to be aware of is the wake up DP from Sin, but not gonna happen. Into the Amogus we go.
The Amogus we go into the big damage. Setchi is gonna try to capitalize on. Oh, beautiful counter hit. Set point right now for Setchi. And more importantly, we've managed to claim all the match arena codes. Thank you, Dot Loading. That was the last one of it.
Good job, everybody. So yeah, players are gonna have a full prize pool to play with. But now Setchi keeping a distance away from Sin, and R.E.V.O desperately trying to jump in, but Setchi being on point was stopping that air dashing.
Yeah, more.
Oh, the corner still into the sandwich. How are you blocking so much?
Yeah, the mix-up at their second round that was true, and now,
man, how are you gonna let Setchi just break the law and just steal the side from you, and 5D gonna put Setchi back into the run back with Zando. 3-1. Congrats, R.E.V.O, but unfortunately your speedrun ends here with Setchi. But still making it to top 3, I believe, right? For R.E.V.O should be top 3.
Yes, that is the top 3, because next up, Grand Finals. Zando winners versus Setchi losers. It's gonna be a very good Grand Finals, and Zando still sticking to the scene. It's still wanting to try it, and
it worked the last time against Setchi, right?
Yeah, worked. That was a 3-1.
So yeah, why not try it again? But now Setchi a bit more warmed up, I would say, against Sin. They already played against Zando, and now they won against R.E.V.O. Even though I find it R.E.V.O playing very differently compared to Zando, by nature, with being R.E.V.O maining character way more than Zando played the Sin specifically. But still, the playstyle, you will see the difference in between the playstyles of these two characters. Now the round start, trying to go for far slash, but Setchi gonna win this one.
But yeah, good pressure out of Setchi, but Zando managing to weather the storm by a good amount. But everyone, even Zando has limits. That was too much to ask. Very low on life, that's true, but almost all the resources left for Zando. And nope, that's gonna be a clean first game. First blood.
Oh, here we go. Zando looked at what R.E.V.O was doing, and Gazelle stepped into the grab, worked perfectly against the pose already.
There, another side switch. DP this time is gonna go through, and the side switch out of the RC. Zando could not confirm it to anything more, but Setchi is already very low on life.
And there is burst for Zando as well. You probably want to save it for the next round. You don't want to invest it here, and yeah, they're gonna save it for the next one. They're gonna have the opportunity.
Ooh, big driver getting counter hit. Zando still decided not to burst. There is the burst. That was a very sketchy situation. 6p almost was going to put Setchi onto the corner. Still defending. Good blocks for Setchi. The aggressive RC from Zando.
Air grab just to keep Setchi in the corner. Now the standard pressure from Sin. Setchi trying to FD everything. Huge jump out. And now also Setchi gonna activate the sandwich, and they gonna have the burst just as an emergency button as well.
Emergency button, indeed, deflection not enough to deal with Zato. But, oh, the 6p and the reaction saying, no, I know that you are going to burst here. You are going to burst, it's easy. First game to Zando.
Setchi not believing into the burst bait, and Zando taking with it the first game of the reset.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
On start. Now Zando being a bit more careful with it. DP not gonna get a huge punish to KTD, just a little bit of damage. And now Setchi. There is full AD gauge back right now. Into the pose, just to block out the far slash. Zando was getting punished. Oh no, the GP immediately burst to
Yeah.
bail out Setchi.
Yeah, that truly needed to get bailed out, and Zando still on a very dominant manner, getting another big counter. Don't wake up. That's gonna be a full combo, yes, against the wall and break it. Not enough bar to go for a super, but still, good damage. Okay, the air grab, pixel health for Setchi. Any chip is lethal, and you don't even need to chip at that point. Any hit. Oh, good punish onto that DP.
With the sandwich combo gonna catch Zando liking. But to be real, I say gonna get caught liking, but you won't block all of it, let's be real. Nobody is blocking at most of the combo. If you are already in this situation where you gotta guess against the sandwich, you are kind of losing anyway. But Zando managing to get out the second time with the grab.
Exactly, absolutely. I mean, at the end, if you the only problem is that you need to find it and Zato. When you find Zato, you just block the opposite side. But finding Zato, it's a more epic adventure than finding Nemo and Setchi already having to burst again.
And you know, sometimes compared to WoW, the Zato can break the law and just swap sides with you, and you won't notice with all the 80 flying out and the huge punish from the DP, and Zando immediately using the burst just to continue.
Very aggressive, but oh, the air grab.
What a catch for the game too, Zando.
2-0 over Setchi.
Zando is saying no to the
almost
reset.
Tournament point.
Practically is for the next match, right? And remember, Setchi gonna do it. Setchi needs to win, needs to reverse this game and then win the reset after that. So they gonna have the long road ahead of them for the comeback.
Exactly. This is the road to a full reverse sweep. It's not gonna look good. It's not easy. It can be done, but it's not easy.
Get the frog. Okay, if you wanna get a comeback, you do it like this. You're blocking the wake up DPs from Zando into the super. This round looks like Setchi gonna take it unless something terribly goes wrong.
Nothing went wrong, therefore Setchi took it.
Okay, what a round start from Setchi.
Yeah, Zando was trying to be a little bit cheeky, running up to Setchi, but Setchi just saying, I'm gonna be pushing buttons, I'm gonna send you over the wall.
Not trying to gazelle step, but a bit too far away to grab after the gazelle.
And oh, again, that's a beautiful 6p, forcing the burst. Zando, that can be one of the last bursts, but doesn't matter. Gets a hit, it's gonna be another super. No perfect hit, no sweet spot, but doesn't matter. Damage is damage at this point. Another air grab.
Yeah, what a beautiful air grab. Zando been getting those on the on Zato coming down from the jump out.
Okay.
RTL, this one's gonna get blocked.
Yeah, but more importantly, it killed Eddie.
Oh
And
yeah.
now Zando. Oh, that was a good chance for Zando, but Setchi had burst and recovered Eddie at the end. So 2-1, Setchi's still alive. The
But
reverse
like,
sweet
you
dream
start-
isn't there? Yep. Tell me.
Yeah. I mean, like you start from here. At least it's a 1 point. It doesn't look good, but you need to start from somewhere. And here we go, the first point for Setchi.
As a long saying says, a 10,000 kilometers walk starts with one step.
Yeah, and it's gonna be for Setchi. It looks like a 10,000 kilometer walk with the Lumin reset if they wanna do it.
Just
And but
10,000
Zando-
meters, 10,000 kilometers are too much, man.
yeah. Oh. Now, what a grab from Setchi. There is still burst from Zando, so they have an emergency button. Maybe they're gonna use it this round if they're gonna get caught, but okay, at this point they're probably saving it for the next round already.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for Zando. Just the boost, just save it. If you can work without it, go for it. But as of right now, it's kind of working. Zando managing to get that yellow, getting the reset, but no, no hero boost from Zando. Wants to
Yeah.
go.
Let's see if it's gonna pay out, but no. Just Setchi. Setchi is really happy right now for taking away that burst.
It's certainly good for him. And now Zando is just going very hard, gets the grab on the corner, and it's not looking for Setchi. Oh, beautiful jump out. The mix is gonna go very hard. The switcheroo again, summoning the sword, breaking the wall, getting Eddie back.
Oh, the deflection not gonna work out for Zando, and it's probably kill with the Mogus.
It's not looking good for Zando. Chance for a character swap?
Maybe not, because Zando still has a reset. So they probably gonna try to close out this still on Sin. Maybe you swap it after the reset, but not now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we already seen today Zando swap back to the RAM. But as of right now, Sin still the rule, the norm.
A huge rouncer from Zando. Already Setchi in the corner. The gold burst to get out, the EMEA special, here we go. Breaking the low a little on Setchi. There is the burst for Zando. If they're gonna use it now, they're gonna do it here, but no. It's already a save for the next one. Unless, they already demonstrated that they're willing to do the hero burst.
I mean, that was already well established with that last one. Oh, but this is what you said before. You can call me 3 times, but the 4th one is not gonna go that yellow. Being blocked by Setchi. And set point for Setchi to go for the reset. It's the reset.
Okay, here we go again with the sandwich. And the second one gonna catch Zando, but not a lot of damage for Setchi from that one. Oh, the rock with the combo right at the end, no wall stick and no wall break for Zando. Now there is no stamina for Sin, they need to wait out. Both players are just waiting for their secondary gauge to come back. Drill, there is a burst, and it's gonna be used here, trying to come back into this one. Hard baiting the burst from Setchi, but Setchi knows that they have a 1 round buffer for them. And it's a reset from Setchi.
It is. That was at the end. That was a little bit too much predictable out of Zando. Setchi knew perfectly what Zando wanted to do. Therefore, that Zando was playing at Setchi's palm, and now the reset, and there is the RAM.
just immediately taking out the nukes. Okay, let's see how this is gonna go.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, the
Oh,
first one, the
immediately.
downward sword, immediately nuking the aerial approaches. But now, almost only one sword back to Ram. It's the spike one, and oh, the spike connects. Okay, another sword of the pressure is in this.
On sword explosion is so much.
I still don't know why they decided to go for some bullshit like that.
Okay, here we go. Reka, good interrupt from Setchi. Deflect shield just to get out of the 5D mix. Oh, the rock. Gonna get backdash by Setchi.
Yes. Oh, and now this is going to be true pressure. No, yellow out of Setchi, managing to get out of there. But oh, the downward sword this time is gonna
This looks like
catch
a
Setchi.
kill.
Yeah, Mortobato. Not enough. There was only one sword at that point for the Mortobato to deal damage. But now Setchi against the corner, against that much pressure, the Rekka's just sending it in. Setchi still alive. Pixel health, literal pixel. Yellow blocked again.
Zando, are they gonna close this out and they gonna invest the burst just to finish it? They just need one solid hit and yep. They gonna find it.
Okay. Zando already putting Setchi onto that corner. No sword attached to him. Only one, and it's a downward. Okay. Both swords already back.
Oh, what's Zato? Oh, meanwhile, Setchi was flying in the air. Zando planted one sword, and they clipped Setchi on the landing. Oh, this is gonna be painful.
Yeah, another Mortobato. Only one sword to explode, but still a good amount of damage. And just the downward. Impale that. First game for Zando.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Again, the round start was the Russian was a spiking sword. Now it's a rock, and let's see the whole sequence in the corner. Setchi investing the burst just to keep Ram there, but Reka into the sword toss into the Reka into the sword. Oh my! This character again. It's all the way back like to season 1 and 2, and the Ram is enemy number 1.
Well, once again, we'd like to introduce you to public enemy number 1, Ram Lethal Valentine, for crimes against humanity.
This new patch is kind of been very juicy for Ram players.
Yeah, this patch has been a lot of highs and a lot of lows. Depending on who you are, people are dooming or people are eating. And right now, Rams are eating good. Mortobato just to kill Eddie, full Mortobato just in case.
Just for one silly little guy. Just the whole super invested into him. Oh, what a shimmy. The rock not gonna get connected, so no plus frames for Zando.
Okay, the aggressive from the air still trying to control the space. And now Zando on the corner just sending that. Oh, the bayonet on the close knee sink. Yellow block, the contact is death.
Duel 3.
Into the Reka 1 immediately interrupting it with 2K2D. Now Zando finds himself in the corner. There is no burst, there is no YRC, there is practically no meter. So there's gonna be a lot of chip damage coming out from Setchi. And Not even chip damage if you're gonna get clipped with the mix. Now this looks like the round gonna go the way of Setchi unless they're gonna eat the sword on no the trade. Even though it was a counter hit, still not quite favorable for Setchi. And now
Exactly.
they are in trouble.
Oh, but Zando got another sword, and again the sword was saving Zando. Another sword, but oh, that 6p, perfect position. Setchi tying the series 1-1. Okay, we are going to continue with the RAM. The party is still not over.
We still at least have like 2 matches to go, right, with the score being 1-1.
Okay, both players, no burst. Setchi is gonna get caught by one of the advances, and that's gonna be a long combo from Zando already. Onto the corner, half bar for Zando. More Tomato closed, and Eddie saved, which means that Setchi can go for all the offense. And all the offense indeed. A good amount of damage already.
Counter hit. This is probably gonna be a kill, right?
Nope.
Oh wait, drop it. The wall break.
No, didn't have enough bar. They went for a regular wall break. That was a little bit of a miss from Zando. Trying to be too much fancy, trying to be too optimal at the end. Just break it, go for the reset later.
There is still burst for Setchi. They have enough HP to use it in this round if they wanted to, but let's see how they're gonna manage this one. There is full meter for Zando, which is very scary.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not,
now you don't press the burst.
no, and Zando was preparing for a pro burst that never came, but doesn't matter. Still managed to get another perfect. If this top 8 was a kind of a speedrun situation, this grand finals is au contraire. It's a slow cooking ordeal.
Now Rock with the plus frames, Setchi just trying to get out. There is 80 meters, so they can jail Zando for a while, but they don't have a meter. Oh, going for the 6K. One of the slowest overheads in the game.
If it works, it works. But now Zando managed to catch Setchi, but not enough. There was no bar to go for any super, therefore no way to do the last hit. The last point of damage. Setchi, pixel, and very dangerous, but Zando managed to get the last hit. 2-1. We are almost over. Maximum 2 more games, or the next one is more than enough.
And you know, scary thing is Zando can whip out the Asuka as well, right? For the unexpected factor, right? They still invested a lot of time into a character, but they're probably gonna stick to Ram at this point.
Yeah, right now, the way that it's already shaped, it's gonna be Ram versus Zato-1 until the end of the tournament. And Xander is just spamming rocks and the fire slash. Essentially the oppose, but Eddie is broken and the burst is used.
And again, the spiking sword just clipping Zato out of the air. YRC not gonna get blocked by Zando. Oh, what a catch! No, this looks like a kill.
Yeah, both swords. Torvados tournament point for Zando. Setchi trying to buy for himself another game.
In the fight. There is no area, unfortunately, for them, so they're not enough to stick them to the wall and break it. The foes just absorbing 2 swords, AD doing the god's work.
Classical pose. Indeed. Oh, the jump over, getting hit. But Setchi good with the grab, ready to go for another one. Swordle block against the corner. The last one, nullified by the yellow.
Just trying to catch Zato locking, but not Setchi being on point was the punish. Okay, survival point for Setchi in this tournament. Oh, the sword, man. It's coming out when Ram is in block stun, and it's coming out just to bail her out. It looks so miserable.
Exactly. But now Setchi on the corner with one sword that already exploded and managed to do nothing. But now the recipient of a counter hit. Mortal, but only one sword. It deals damage, but not that much. Positive bonus, keeping that pressure going. Setchi stuck on the corner, has access to deflection and jumping, but neither can save him right now. Another sword explosion, still defending. A lot of swords being tossed, still not able to open Setchi up completely.
They're doing a lot. There's no meter for Setchi, so they've done a lot of cheap damage. And now it's just one simple hit can finish it off for Setchi. And yeah, no more meter, and Spiking Sword just gonna violate Zato. And congrats to Zando for winning after the reset.
Yeah.
The whole bracket goes to Ram.
Yeah, and would like to congratulate especially Setchi. That was a very valiant defense, but there is a limit on how much you can defend against any character in this game, and Zando was just putting pressure after pressure after pressure, sword after sword, explosions, and all in between. There is so much that you can do. You can't make enough bar to save yourself. And
Yeah,
at the
very huge effort from Setchi, just resetting the bracket in the first place, and then almost taking the game to the full distance against Ram, the monster, the nuke. Especially in hands of Zando. Did Zando win? Yes,
Yep.
Zando won.
Zato-1, welcome back. If you missed like 2 years of Salty, welcome back. Zando's still winning.
But yeah, I believe that
Yeah,
it for us. All the codes of Macherino got claimed, so good job everybody. Don't forget to go to Discord, join the community if you're not in it. And yeah, Isk is already shouting out. Here we go with some socials. From me, it's been me and Upso, just a silly talking head, the Popcat talking into the mic. And with me tonight was Lapsus, and yeah, I believe that's kind of it for us, right?
yeah, exactly. If you need more of us, socials are there. Twitter at Lapsus or Twitter at NapsoOS with 2 S's the first one, because why not? So yeah,
that's the whole thing. It was 2 S's.
And apart from that, I don't know if Ice wants to say something, but we are more or less done on our end. Was a very good tournament.
Yeah.
Highly recommend just to enter the Discord, join any more tournaments that you can. But Ace, all yours.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to say. That if you are interested in joining, we do have a Discord. It's right there in chat. We host these tournaments every Monday at 7:15 CET. So yeah, very nice. Extremely exciting grand finals tonight. And yeah, it's pretty interesting, right? Seeing the new meta, how it's kind of shaping up. definitely interesting, something to look out for, I feel like. But yeah, I don't have much else to say. That we are obviously gonna raid somebody. I think we should go to Issy. Issy's still streaming. So I think someone who usually plays in Salty wasn't there tonight. Is he stopping the stream now? Let's see. Maybe not.
Hopefully not.
No, we're gonna go there anyways. Then Issy will decide you guys' fate if Issy's stopping the stream. I think that's valid. Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed the tournament. We'll be back tomorrow with a Guilty Gear Xrd, so look out for that one. And fuck, Issy just went freaking offline.
He just sniped your raid.
Can't believe it. Let's just go to should we just rate the person that Issy rated? Not someone I know.
It's just the chain raid, right?
Yeah. It was like some VTuber. Cool. Something. I don't know anything about stuff like that. Let's do that. We'll do that. Whatever. Alright. In case, hope you all enjoyed. New patch, new me. Axel Bros is not looking good, is all I'm saying.
It's interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. But interesting is never a good word, I feel like.
Yeah, I know.
Interesting is one of those backhanded compliments, right?
But at least it's interesting. Like,
I mean, it is alright, I will say. Yeah. Not bad, not truly bad, because it sucks a little bit, but could be worse, and it's not good. Yeah. So yeah, alright.
That's gonna be it. Have a good one, everyone. Peace out.